the Keeler Show today.
Why do we always listen?
Keeler's always in the know.
It makes me want to call him
and tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started.
It's time to get things started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, good morning. Good morning, and Manaski's all happy as can be.
I hope that's not a false report. You know, it's not finalized yet, but I'll tell you, it is unquestionably the happiest I've been to be a Giants fan since
You know the false
Odell
report.
Beckham Jr.'s amazing one-handed catch, maybe?
The false report we're talking about is the Giants may have a new coach.
Allegedly, they are working to finalize the terms of the deal, including how many years and how much money per year. But reports say that the Giants are making final preparations to sign John Harbaugh as their next head coach. Smitty said something I didn't know, that they flew him home in Steve Tisch's personal airplane. I cannot tell you how happy I would be to have John Harbaugh. I would be, and I put in $5, $2 parlays. I'm not a betting man. I guess I do some bets, but they're very, very small change. I would bet the Giants are a playoff team next year if they have John Harbaugh. No more dinking around with these coordinators who are unproven, the worst of which is Ben McAdoo. And I'm just, who was the former... I don't even. Some of the names I've intentionally forgot their names. I have to go look some of them up. But some of the clowns that have been, and I loved Brian Daboll. I liked him. I wish
He got off to a really good start, and then it wasn't so great. So what are you going to do?
Judge, Ben McAdoo.
Judge McAdoo. Who was the guy who came from Minnesota with the S? He had the. I can't think of his last name. But again, a lot of these, for Giants fans, they were short stays, and you wanted to burn their names out of the existence of your memory. So,
well, this could be a really big change. You have a quarterback now. You have you have a coach.
Pat Shurmur, he was another clown.
I see in studio this morning is Tim Reed, and Tim. You're all in on your Bills gear here this morning.
Absolutely.
So. Are you worried about this weekend's game in Denver?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'm worried about. I think I'm worried about every game.
You
to
should
be honest.
Well,
really.
I mean, the problem with the Bills is that the receiving core is so banged up that if the running game doesn't work, they're doomed.
I heard they called you, Bill.
They did.
Oh,
yeah. They did. Yeah.
Patron saint of lost causes.
You know, once the ball gets down into this territory down here, it doesn't matter how tall you are. I mean, once it's there, boom, as Manaski says. They say Josh Allen is okay, that he's banged up but healthy. I don't know what that means.
But no receivers, as Tim said.
Yeah.
They're going to have to rely on James Cook and Josh Allen to run.
They're bringing up a whole bunch of players from the practice squad as reinforcements. That's why I said it's kind of like the old gladiators or even war, right? Your front line, your first line gets banged up or eliminated. And then you go to your next line. We're down to like
eliminated.
We're down to like third and fourth here. It's not good.
Unretired to number 83, Andre Reed, and number 82, Don Beebe. Bring them into action, boys.
Yeah. We have a lot to squeeze in here today. Some conditions a little slippery this morning as temperatures are going down. Here in the Valley area, I didn't see anything at all, and it's above freezing. Tim, you just came in, so.
You know, there's that one area when you're driving from New Hartford, and it's kind of near Riverside, where the break takes place, where you could either go up north or you go down towards Rome and Herkimer. That turn it's an adventure in living because everyone's like riding your tail.
Yeah.
And you have it's
Is this
dark.
on 840?
Yeah.
840, okay.
You know, you're getting into that zone, and I'm surprised there aren't more accidents there. And,
that big intersection.
Where
are we?
Where it breaks. So you've gone past Wynn and whatever it is, and then you're going up north, and before you get to Riverside Mall. The break takes place.
Gotcha.
Yes.
There's a split. You can either go to North Utica or Rome.
Yeah. That area in there, and then you've got people feeding in from Utica.
Yeah.
It's
it's
always delicate.
It is. And I've had moments. I had one time where it had gotten like almost road ragey.
Yeah.
And to the point where the person would not let me in. And you can only go so fast and still make that turn, especially in the winter. So I ended up one time I actually had to go up and turn around inside the Riverside parking lot and come in and come back around. But I find that
and then you followed the guy to his house?
Followed him to his house, and now
Kicked in the door.
Now my picture's all over. It's everywhere. Notice there is a picture of that road rage incident.
I'll take a look, but what's his name? Lance was saying it was me. He said I fit the description. I assured him it was not.
It did look a little bit like you. So this morning on the program, we'll speak with Tanya J. Powers from Fox News Radio. She has a light topic to hit today. Ryan Schmelz is on from Fox News as well. DHS funding fight driving the Senate to scramble and avoid a government shutdown. It's a midterm year. Nobody wants the shutdown. The Falcon Clinic in. Dr. Zielinski and Dr. Shemaleski. Matt Carpenter is the Oneida City School District Superintendent. They've had some good news about getting back into their building. BICA's free money question of the day, Davey. This morning is Thursday, and it's worth
$225.
$225. We'll do it at 7:35 with what I think is a good question. But then again, I kind of think that every day. Of course, it's a brilliant question. John Decker is off today. We won't get him this morning, and the India's in from the Boilermaker. They're announcing their 2026 race registration plans. Good day for you to be here. You've left that world behind you, though.
That world it's in the rearview mirror, and the future is ahead.
Do you still wake up like it's Boilermaker Sunday and there's thunderstorms? There are thunderstorms coming?
Boilermaker Sunday was the worst day of the year.
Yeah.
It was everyone else's best.
Right, but it's like so much responsibility on your plate.
It's like having a party at your house.
Yeah.
You're the only one who shouldn't have fun.
Right. You're running like crazy, and I love the part. I love the part where somebody says, "Just stop running around. Just come here and hang with us."
Yeah, join.
All right, I will.
Got 48 more things to do.
Right. As soon as I finish all this stuff. Yeah.
How about giving me a hand? Stop telling me to calm down.
Let me go to Tanya Powers, who's on deck here right now. Tanya, good morning. And good morning. And a light topic today. We're not used to that these days.
I know. I was like, listen, guys, I'm going to need something that's not going to make me hit my head on something.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know what? Girl Scout cookies. I was like, sold. Done. Let's do it.
Boom. As Manaski says. Girl Scout cookies season is getting underway. I believe it's today, right?
Yeah, it starts this week.
Okay.
I think it may be Tuesday, may have been the first official day of it. Right. But yeah, you probably have already started to see at your workplace the standard form thing that you fill out to order your cookies, and then you wait and they'll come in, like I guess around I'm assuming March, April is when we normally start to see them come in, but. I know it seems to take forever. The length of time that it takes between you order the cookies and you actually get them in, it just seems like just so long.
A long time, yeah.
A long time.
Although they have changed their way of doing things a little bit. Like they'll show up in public places, like outside your grocery store or something, in March with the boxes where your instant satisfaction. you can buy the boxes on the spot. But right now, it's pre-order time. What is? How did this all start? By the way, this Girl Scout cookie thing.
This was in the, I think it was the 30s is when this all started. Girl Scouting actually started, in like 1912. I think that's when that's the year Juliet Gordon Low started Girl Scouts in the U.S. And in 1922, the American Girl magazine that was published by the Girl Scouts actually featured an article by one of the local directors in Chicago. It had a cookie recipe that was given to all of the Girl Scouts. And the woman estimated that the approximate cost of the ingredients for 6 to 7 dozen would be 26 to 36 cents. And she suggested that the cookies could be sold, for 25 or 30 cents a dozen by the troops, to make some money. So they, throughout that decade, they, would make the cookies with their mothers and help from the community, and then they would put them in wax paper bags with a little sticker, and they would sell them door to door. And then in the 30s, the Girl Scouts of Greater Philly they were like, hey, we're gonna up the game a little bit. So in 1933, they sold them in the city's gas and electric company windows.
Okay.
And that's really kind of where they more or less sort of coalesced and sort of took off. Through the years, they started making, more of the Girl Scout councils started getting involved in making their own cookie sales. Then, it became a licensed baker thing, but not until the 60s.
Okay.
When the baby boomers expanded the membership, and they were like, we need to get on top of this. So it became more and more like a licensed baker that made them and that kind of stuff. So that's how we got to today.
I'll never forget the time, I don't know where we were. I was on K-Rock at the time up here. And a wonderful woman who was a listener brought in the most amazing chocolate cake. It was a chocolate fudge cake. I mean, it was like a pie tin just filled with chocolate goodness. And I remember they were slicing it up, and she had left. She left it behind for us. And I remember that knife coming across a big clump of cat hair. And I'm thinking that moment made me think, be careful what you eat when someone drops it off, number one. And number two, I'll bet it was an incident like that for the Girl Scouts that were like, we've got to use a licensed baker. That woman, she's a nice woman, but she's got cats everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we wanted it to be a little more controlled. Or they did.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Either that, or it probably just got to be too big of an operation.
That's true too.
That could be either one, because there were a lot of, the councils, when the Girl Scout councils, they kind of, were doing this. You had to sort of have a little, I guess, more uniformity. But yeah. And by the way, there is a new cookie this year. Explore More's. It is a sandwich, like a chocolate sandwich cookie, but it's Rocky Road inspired.
Okay, all right.
And so it has cream in the middle with like chocolate, marshmallow, toasted almond cream, and just a heads up for anybody who thinks that, okay, well, I have a gluten intolerance, I can't have these. There are actually 2 gluten-free options for Girl Scout cookies, 1 vegan one, and they're all kosher. So if you were just thinking that, like, oh, well, I'm just going to rule that out, I can't have that, you actually probably can.
Well, someday before we're done, President Trump will come along and be bothered by this, and we're going to make cookies, Girl Scout cookies, great again and get rid of all that gluten stuff. We didn't have that gluten stuff back in the old days, non-gluten.
Yeah, we had the gluten stuff back in the days. You got that backwards. Yeah.
So it all began as a bake sale. That's kind of wild. Literally like baking it at home and selling them in little baggies. So
cool. I think they should. I think they should have the launch of this in Minneapolis, because who doesn't love Girl Scout cookies? This could bring us together.
A little kumbaya, a little We Are the World.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. See, we take you right back to the tough stuff, Tanya.
I appreciate that.
We could not resist. Well, listen, you have a wonder. And by the way, were you a Girl Scout?
I was for many years.
Nice.
I got to the Silver Award, which is one below the Gold Award, which is the equivalent to the Eagle Scout.
Wow.
In Boy Scouts. So I was in it for a long time. So it sold thousands of boxes.
Thousands of boxes.
I was going to say, we have the records here, Tanya. Today's free money question of the day: how many boxes of cookies did Tanya J. Powers sell when she was a Girl Scout?
Yeah.
The number will surprise you.
In the thousands.
Slightly more of them than I ate. So yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So you can't resist those things. They're good.
Can't resist them.
So
And they
good.
seem to have gotten small enough, or I've gotten large enough, where an entire box could be gone in one sitting.
It doesn't take
beware.
much. Yeah.
So, all right, Tanya, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much.
Sure. Thank you.
All right,
You know,
Tanya.
it's-
Jay Powers from Fox News Radio.
It's funny you say that because as we were talking about this, where you pre-order these cookies and then it takes a while for them to come in, it kind of reminds me on a larger scale of Thanksgiving. You spend all day cooking, and then everybody sits down, and 15 minutes later, your hands on your stomach going, whoa, that was good, I'm full. And it's like the same thing with the Girl Scout cookies. You pre-order them, you think about how good they are. It takes, would you say, 6 weeks for them to arrive?
Well, you're in your resolution time right now, your New Year's resolution. So you can buy them knowing if you got six weeks to still lose the weight you thought you're going to lose.
And then it's like
Or
a
you wanna
lifelong
lose.
smoker. It's like, I'm up to a box a day.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm doing a box a day of these things.
You know what I
They go
hated?
so quick.
I hated about it was, you'd always have in the kitchenette in the office, they'd have the thing there where you had to fill it in, and you'd be looking, and you knew people were cookie shaming you in regards to you haven't ordered enough.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cheapskate! He ordered 2 dinglings or whatever.
And in some cases, you get the problem you have is there are more Girl Scout moms in the office than just one. So who do
order
you buy
3.
from? You
You
got
got
to
to
buy
throw
from
the love
everybody.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You got to order an equal amount from this side.
Yep. Let me break. By the way, there are a couple of school delays. Manaski has all that coming up here in some of the higher elevations. It apparently has already turned to cold. Will get cold, heading down, believe it or not, into the 20s today. And we'll have that full forecast coming up as well here in WIBX.
Good morning, Bill. We have some light rain here, 37 degrees. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 6:39. The UN Security Council is being called together today as pressure mounts over Iran's violent crackdown on protests. The meeting was requested by the United States after reports that more than 3,000 demonstrators have been killed. President Trump says he's been told the killings have stopped and that there are no plans for executions, though unrest and international concern remain high. Minneapolis officials are urging calm after another shooting involving federal law enforcement. The Department of Homeland Security issued a statement saying that a federal officer shot a Venezuelan man in the leg yesterday after the man fled a traffic stop and allegedly resisted arrest, with 2 others also taken into custody. Both the man and the officer were hospitalized. NASA has brought an International Space Station crew home early because of an illness. The SpaceX Crew 11 mission splashed down safely off the coast of San Diego, carrying a U.S., Japanese, and Russian crew back to Earth. NASA says it's the first time in the station's 25-year history that a mission ended early for medical reasons. President Trump set to meet Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado at the White House today. The Nobel Peace Prize winner will sit down with Trump amid shifting U.S. engagement in Venezuela. Trump has previously questioned Machado's support at home and has signaled closer ties with acting President Delcy Rodriguez, even as he hosts Machado. And a powerful winter storm is sweeping across much of the country, putting multiple states on alert. Heavy snow could be an issue from Lake Michigan to parts of Illinois and Indiana, with snow showers stretching as far south as Tennessee and North Carolina. We do have some school closings and delays. Speaking of some winter weather sliding into the area, we'll take a look at your forecast in just a minute. But right now, we have 5 schools on a delay this morning. 2-hour delay with no morning BOCES at Adirondack, Holland Patent, and Poland. A 2-hour delay at Remsen and Webb. That full list at WIBX950.com.
Winter weather advisory will stay in effect until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as precip this morning spotty, but now we're starting to make the transition toward colder weather with any sprinkles of rain going over the snow showers, especially later and on into the nighttime hours tonight. Could see close to an inch today, more in the North Country where there are some winter storm warnings. Gusty winds also with falling temperatures to around 20 Tonight, scattered snow showers. Tomorrow, partly sunny. North Country snow showers, highs in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stijik, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Bill, right now we have light rain and 35 degrees. Temps are falling.
It's coming down, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming down quick.
Coming down. I don't know if you are a Verizon customer and had any issues yesterday.
Oh, my.
We'll talk, and I know we have one in studio.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that coming right up. Hold tight. It's funny because I wanted to say to people, if you get AT&T, you wouldn't have this problem. We had no problems yesterday. Mm-hmm. However, it was summertime, I believe, 2 years ago. We had the exact same problem where phones were going down with the SOS up in the corner. You had nothing. But our take on it and what happened to a lot of people yesterday coming up. Hold tight. It's 6:43 at WIBX.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
We're your neighbors, friends, and your family. We care about our community, your business, and most important, you.
We support charities like the United Way, McMahon Ryan Child Advocacy Center. We're the members of IBW Local 43 and NECA Contractors. You don't just see our work, you live it. From the JMA Wireless Dome, hospitals, schools, and city buildings, the IBEW is part of the community.
Central New York's future is bright, and the IBEW Local 43 and NECA will continue to help light, power, and grow Central New York.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to 4-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Yesterday, you may have lost your Verizon phone. Actually, 2 in studio here are Verizon people. Tim, you lost yours yesterday. Went down. You lost yours.
Yeah, it was service. I still have my phone.
Well, you still have your phone, but you can't make phone calls.
Well, I can now.
Oh, I know that, but yesterday you couldn't.
Correct. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Real quick, before we jump into this, can I just say I got
there
an
were
update?
hundreds of thousands of people that were out there without being able to make phone calls.
Yeah, I think millions. We got this from the police chief up in Boonville. Dave Olney. Heavy wet snow from Remsen to Boonville. We already have about 3 inches of wet snow this morning. So
it's a different world. It's raining here.
It's raining here. Yeah, and 30. It's above freezing. So.
But
yeah, what a disaster it was yesterday. And I would imagine. Oh, he's an AT&T guy, isn't he?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here is and Andrew Derminio has made his way in here this morning.
Special guest in studio.
Loaded up here this morning.
I was going to call you, but I have Verizon, so I was going to call you to let you know I was coming in this morning. But.
Luckily, it looks like Ryan Schmelz's phone is working properly here this morning. He's on the line. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
So we're going to talk just a little bit about DHS, and then I want to talk a little football. Funding the battle.
Congrats, by the way.
This is how we do it. DHS funding the battle in the Senate, they're trying to avoid another government shutdown. What do we know going into Thursday here?
Well, Democrats have started to put their foot in the ground when it comes to ICE. And you had Hakeem Jeffries yesterday say that they want ICE provisions to be included, which includes possibly warrant requirements, identification for ICE members. This is really the first time they've gone really all in on saying, no, this is what we want. We might be willing to shut the government down over this. Now, whether we see a shutdown or not, and there's also talks about potentially separating DHS funding from some of the other spending packages they've been eyeing. So that could be a possibility.
All right. So the battle is, I just can't see either side having any interest in shutting down the government going into an election year.
Yeah. Well, and it kind of does seem like that's where things are heading. There was talks about doing this over Venezuela or some other things, and you had the top Democrat on the Appropriations Committee pretty much say, hey, look, we're negotiating in good faith. We're getting these bills done. Maybe it's not the right path to go forward with. Yeah. But then the Renee Good situation happened in Minnesota, and there have been some Democrats who have said, no, now we have a reason.
Right,
and
right.
Now we feel like this has gotten to be a dire circumstance. So let's talk about this. And so now with Jeffries, the top House Democrats, that they are going to use the appropriations process to try to rein in ICE, things could get ugly.
All right, we'll see where it all goes. Quick little switch here. We'll talk a little bit about a very happy Jeff Manaske this morning, who's a Giants fan. Word is that your former coach may be heading to New Jersey, actually. So.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because I think yesterday he went there for the in-person interview yesterday, and there was talks like the Giants might not let him leave the building.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I was for that.
He might just stay there. He might just stay there. But then I saw somebody had a funny tweet where he was just like, John Harbaugh is, in fact, on a plane right now heading back to Baltimore. He is not the Giants coach as of right now. So that is still the case. And I believe, like, based off of league rules, the Giants, I think, are one of the few teams that can actually hire a coach right now and make it official. And I think the same might fall for the Titans, too, because they fired their coaches so early in the season.
Yeah, I think the NFL has a rule that if you've been eliminated from the playoffs since week 2, they let you sign a new head coach at any time. So
I do have to say, in terms of going into the right situation, it's the New York market, which I think is perfect for Harbaugh. But you've got a team that is just really bad, but on the verge of becoming a real competitor. So I think it's a great move for him.
Plus the whole family tie-in, I think, with the Maras and the Tisches, and then the 2 Harbaugh brothers being coaches. I think that actually plays into it more than people might realize.
Well, I just got a text alert from Fox saying the Giants are working to finalize a deal to make John Harbaugh the next head coach, which came down at 6:01 a.m. But I mean, like, when you look at the job market, I think there's 3 head coaching jobs that people kind of say are far and away the best ones, which is I would probably say, and I'm not saying this to be a homer, that the Ravens job is probably the best one, just because you have the stable ownership, the history of being a functioning franchise, and you have an MVP quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Some are putting the Giants job ahead of the Steelers. I still would put the Steelers job as number 2 just because of the history. In fact, they've only had 3 head coaches in history. The Rooney family is really well respected. But the Giants have good pieces, and, their ownership's getting a lot of criticism right now. But you got to keep in mind, this is a franchise. This is probably the darkest era for that franchise right now.
Yeah.
Every single decade, they've had at least a Super Bowl appearance or a Super Bowl win. 2012, 2007, or 2008, I should say. Then they make the Super Bowl in the 2000s. 90s, obviously, they won some Super Bowls. In the 80s, had some success too. This has just been that weird dark period they've had, and some of that might just fall on the fact that they've. And I don't think it's because they've struck out on the head coaching hires, but because they've struck out on the GM hires more than anything.
Yeah. It does seem, though, that the appeal is worst to first is always the best position to put yourself in. But we'll see. It looks like a deal is almost done. So good stuff, Ryan. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and we'll do it again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you, Bill.
Right, Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio in studio here this morning, joining us by surprise, kind of.
Surprise!
We were all yesterday at Angelo's ribbon cutting, and I swear to God, it was almost as if somebody was going to announce attendance when it was all over. We sold out. The place was packed.
I thought Angelo was announcing his run for Congress or the assembly seat that just got vacated. So
yeah, he's and that's an interesting story too that we'll get into. It seems there are a lot of people eyeing Marion Buttonshaw's assembly seat, a lot more than we probably will even find out officially. But the word is a lot of people considering. But anyway, that was a big event yesterday. So
yeah, I was excited. I wish I could say that was why I flew up from Florida.
You flew up for it.
I flew up for Angelo's grand opening, but no, I was here on some business, and I said I got to go and support my buddy Angelo. He's got a nice little store there.
And it is nice. It's located in New Hartford, called Handshake Antiques.
Mm-hmm.
So how is Florida? By the way, yesterday
Amazing.
was warm. Manaski and I are about ready to pull our shorts out, for God's sakes. And Andrew's like, oh, my God, it's so cold. I got to get inside.
How do you live here?
This is terrible.
I had to laugh.
Cold? What are you talking about?
Andrew's telling me he's standing out there. We're outside, right?
He's
It's a ribbon
shivering.
cutting.
He was
He's
shivering.
doing the hand rubbing thing, and he's kind of bouncing back and forth. He's going, man, I don't know how I did this for so long. I don't know how. I'm
It
like,
is so
today's one of
cold.
the best days we're gonna have all winter.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was talking to my wife about it. Like I called her. Well, I didn't call her until late last night because she has Verizon as well. And I said to myself, I didn't think our blood was going to thin out.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, it's 68 here. I'm freezing. I've got the electric fireplace on.
We almost hit. Let's not forget, we almost hit 50 yesterday. It
Oh,
was
is that
like
right?
48 degrees at one point.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. By the afternoon, it was. I'm sorry. I think I had 46. 47.
Careful, Richard
something
will
like
email
that.
you if he's
He
still
will.
emailing
You're an
you.
I'm
exaggerator.
sure he's got the official high.
But you're like I'm running the heat in my car, and it was just so hot. I'm like, what is going on? Why does it feel so hot today? Well, because it was creeping up towards 50 degrees yesterday.
Well, one thing hasn't changed how frigid you keep the studio. I forgot about that.
Good. Keeps us wide awake. And,
That's right.
And
Sure
rolling.
does.
It's
So-
amazing to listen to the Wolfman of the Gold Coast complaining about the cold.
Well, I didn't say I would be too cold at 68, but my wife her blood has thinned out quite quickly.
Yeah.
So it has
Wait till
been a
her
little.
patience starts to thin.
It has been a little.
It thinned out a long time. It was as quick as my hair, Jeff.
It has been a little cooler though in Florida.
Yeah, a little bit. And this
winter.
week's going to be this week won't get to really 70.
But 60s. I mean,
Yeah, 60s.
I think we all could live with that.
I think the coldest overnight temp I had woke up like around 5 or 6 one morning at 34. Believe it or not. But that quickly changed.
Terrible. Yeah, it's
sun
awful.
came out and
We're going to be going from like 42 this morning to 22 by this afternoon. It's heading down. So,
But more excitingly, for your remaining teams here, the Buffalo Bills, congratulations. It was
Did
a
you-
really, really awful weekend last weekend. But
Do you feel bad for Aaron?
a little bit. his last throw. I mean, he may come back. He might. It's like it must be something with Green Bay Packer quarterbacks. He's probably going to stick around a little bit longer, just as long as he doesn't send any appropriate text messages.
Another year?
Maybe. I just don't know there's a team for him now. With Tomlin leaving, I just don't know that there's a team for him.
Be surprised. There'll be somebody out there.
Phillip Rivers came back this season. So
again, that was Indianapolis lost all three quarterbacks due to injury within 2 weeks.
It's just funny because I was talking to somebody else about it, and this person had said, "Yeah, well, if you come back into the league, I didn't realize if you retire from the league, you don't have the insurance your whole life. There's a certain window of time, with him expecting his 75th grandchild that he's going to need health insurance.
He has a lot of kids. He's got like 10 kids.
By him going back into the league to play, he's now eligible for 5 more years of health insurance.
Oh, that's okay. That's
apparently.
Good.
So we just thought that you were going to be in a really bad place after the Packers. It just wasn't a loss. It was,
and I was watching with a Bears fan from Chicago, who is the biggest chop buster for say the least, and he was just so. The whole first half, I'm watching the game with him and our other neighbor, and he's, this is typical Green Bay Chicago. I've been having to deal with this my whole life, and he's on. I said, just wait.
Second half.
I said, just wait.
Yes. All right. Speaking of just wait. We got a lot to get to. Andrew's sitting in here this morning along with Tim Reed. We have a lot to get to. Falcon Clinic answering some questions, which I think are pretty important when it comes to your health. We'll get to it coming up.
Need a new bed? Don't wait for your tax return. Mattress Express has 1 year, no interest, no money down, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Stop into any store or apply online at mattressexpressny.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 Utica.
From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
The protests get even angrier in Minneapolis. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. After another ICE-involved shooting last night, and the demonstrations got so unruly, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, who has urged ICE to get the bleep out of his city, said,
anyone that is taking the bait tonight, stop. That is not helpful. Go home.
Protesters were calling law enforcement murderers and shouting at officers to kill themselves. DHS says this all began when officers were conducting a targeted traffic stop of an illegal migrant from Venezuela who tried to escape, crashed his car, and then ran. Federal officials at one point say 2 other people ganged up on officers. DHS writing, as the officer was being ambushed and attacked by the 2 individuals, the original subject got loose and began striking the officer with a shovel or broomstick.
And Fox's Matt Finn in Minneapolis reports that's when the officer shot the immigrant in the leg a week after the deadly shooting that left Renee Good dead. After a deadly crackdown on protests in Iran prompted President Trump to warn he could take action, Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi tells Fox's Brett Baer,
diplomacy is much better than war. But it is up to the U.S. president to decide.
President Trump says he's been told that Iran stopped the killings and plans for executions. Today, the president will meet with Nobel Peace Prize winning Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, as the president keeps insisting the U.S. must take control of Greenland for national security.
We therefore still have a fundamental disagreement, but we also agree to disagree.
Denmark Foreign Minister Lars Rasmussen, after he and his counterpart from Greenland, which is a Danish territory, reiterated they don't want U.S. control at a meeting with Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. A first in space. A medical evacuation that splashed down in the Pacific a few hours ago cut short a mission to the International Space Station. One of the crew members needs medical care. America's listening to Fox News.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho! And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company. Pure Talk.
We mentioned President Trump's meeting later today with Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. It comes the day after an attempt in the Senate to limit the president's actions in Venezuela in a war powers resolution was blocked. Less than 2 weeks after the operation in Venezuela that captured leader Nicolas Maduro, who's now jailed in New York on terror and drug charges.
Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie-breaking vote to defeat the resolution. After 5 Republican senators voted with Democrats, pressure from the president led 2 of the 5 to flip and forced the tie the vice president broke. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer gave his take on what the world is seeing.
Republicans in the Senate abdicated their responsibility and said, if you want to go to war in South America, go ahead.
Even had the measure passed, President Trump would likely not have signed it to make it law. GOP Senators Todd Young and Josh Hawley reversed course against the resolution. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
2 police officers are recovering in Florida the day after being shot as they responded to calls of gunfire.
There was a hellacious gun battle.
That's Gainesville Police Chief Nelson Moya. It was an ambush-style attack, he says, on 3 officers. 2 were shot and injured. The gunman was shot and killed. It's a better morning for people who have Verizon service on their phones after a frustrating day.
Late last night, Verizon did confirm this massive hours-long outage that affected more than 1 million of their customers was finally over. It started about noon Eastern time when the outage tracking site Down Detector began registering tens of thousands of reports of devices that were stuck in either SOS mode, with some customers seeing a no service line on their phones. That meant you had no voice calls possible, no data services, no text messages, nothing.
Fox Business Network Cheryl Casoni. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising the morning after selling. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have mostly cloudy skies, some light rain showers here in Marcy and 35 degrees, but we have varying temperatures and precipitation here across the Mohawk Valley. We'll take a closer look at your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Again, a winter weather advisory continues until 7 this morning. And, Bill, we do have some school closing, some delays, I should say, at this point, because of the mixed precipitation that some districts are seeing. The following schools are on a 2-hour delay: Adirondack, Holland Patton, Poland, Remsen, and Webb. Again, a 2-hour delay. You can find that list and any updates to it on our website at WIBX950.com. 1 worker remains hospitalized after an elevator collapse at the Turning Stone Resort Casino. A total of 5 people were injured Tuesday when the exterior construction elevator fell and trapped them inside. All of the victims were taken to nearby hospitals for treatment. 4 of them have been released. The 5th person remains in stable condition at Upstate University Hospital. The cause of that accident is still under investigation. Rome police announcing the arrest of 4 juveniles after an incident at a girls' varsity basketball game at RFA last month. The altercation began when one of the involved teens was asked to leave the property by Rome Police school resource officers and school security. A 15-year-old juvenile had been banned from Rome City School District properties and events as a result of prior disciplinary issues. Police say when the 15-year-old teen was told he had to leave the premises, he became disorderly and combative. At that time, 3 other teens, ages 15, 17, and 17, became involved in an altercation. One of the 15-year-olds and a school security officer sustained minor injuries as a result of the altercation. The juveniles' names are not being released because of their ages, but charges range from criminal nuisance to menacing, resisting arrest, and obstructing governmental administration. All of the charges have been forwarded to the Oneida County Juvenile Probation Department. The city of Syracuse may be hosting the New York State Democratic Committee next convention. It's taking place on February 8th. It's planned for the Carrier Theater inside Mulroy Civic Center, and it's the first time that Syracuse has hosted the event since 1982. Political leaders from across the state will gather to decide who gets the party endorsement. There are elections this year for governor, attorney general, comptroller, and seats up for grabs in the state legislature. And changes might be coming to a destination in New York State, the Great Escape Amusement Park. Trademark filings indicate the park may be getting a new name or even a different owner. Six Flags leaders have been telling investors they're working on reducing the size of their park portfolio because of issues that include struggles with attendance. The Great Escape opened back in 1954 as Storytown USA. It was bought by the company that became Six Flags in 1996. Six Flags has not commented yet on their future plans.
So it's funny that this is in the news today because my wife and I were just going through this whole thing last night. There was the North Pole, Santa Claus, the North Pole, whatever that's called. That's still open, I think. Then there was Storytown, Enchanted Forest. There was another one, Land of Make Believe or something like that. There was one of those. There were like 4 or 5 of those big theme parks back in the 50s that were really popular. And then Disney came along and people began flying, and that changed, pretty much changed everything. However, a couple have survived, Enchanted Forest and that Six Flags. But they're saying their numbers are down.
Yeah, I think it is a challenge for everybody, again, with changing options in entertainment. I mean, I can tell you my little guy at home got some virtual reality goggles, and he
doesn't need to go. You don't need to take him up north.
Right.
Looking at the lazy river.
That's right. He's on a lazy river right now.
So,
all right.
Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast from WIBX.
Winter weather advisory will stay in effect until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as precip this morning spotty, but now we're starting to make the transition toward colder weather with any sprinkles of rain going over the snow showers, especially later and on into the nighttime hours tonight. Could see close to an inch today, more in the North Country where there are some winter storm warnings. Gusty winds also with falling temperatures to around 20. Tonight, scattered snow showers. Tomorrow, partly sunny. North Country snow showers, highs in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stijik, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we have some light rain changing to snow and 34 degrees at 7:10. The Giants might have their next head coach. According to ESPN, the G-men are working to finalize a deal that would make John Harbaugh their new head coach. Contract numbers are still being negotiated. Harbaugh spent 18 seasons as head coach with the Baltimore Ravens. He went 180 and 113 with another 13 playoff victories, including a win in Super Bowl 47.
I'm trying to figure out, what does that mean? They're working on finalizing the deal. To me, that sounds like there's a deal, and they're just working out the semantics of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty big.
I have not been this happy as a Giants fan in 12 years, I'm telling you. A potential target for the New York Jets in the upcoming April draft is now off the board. Quarterback Dante Moore announcing that he will remain at Oregon, forgoing a chance to enter the NFL draft. Moore was projected to be a top pick should he have declared. The Jets, of course, have the second overall pick in April's draft. Other NFL news, the 49ers may have their 4-time Pro Bowl linebacker back on the field this weekend. San Francisco linebacker Fred Warner has not ruled out a possible return to game action for the team's NFC divisional round playoff game against the Seahawks on Saturday. Warner said the team is taking it day by day. There are still multiple health checkpoints that he must clear before he can return. His 21-day practice window opened on Tuesday as he prepares for a return from a fractured and dislocated right ankle that he suffered back in Week 6. A veteran NFL receiver calling it quits. Adam Thielen announced his retirement Wednesday. The 35-year-old split time between the Vikings and Steelers this season, finished with just 19 catches in 16 games. The Jacksonville Jaguars say their unicorn will play both sides of the ball next year. General Manager James Gladstone telling the media Travis Hunter will play on offense and defense. The receiver and cornerback suffered a knee injury, which cut his rookie season short. Hunter finished with almost 30 tackles for just under 30 catches, just under 300 receiving yards, and he made 15 tackles.
How long do you think he's going to be able to last playing both offense and defense in the NFL?
Yeah, that's kind of wild. I don't know. And again, he already got injured in his first year.
First year, he's already been injured. I think that would be a sign.
Pick one.
Okay.
Yeah, so also want to mention here the Nets lost to the Pelicans 116-113 in New Orleans. The Knicks continued their road trip with a 112-101 loss to the Kings in Sacramento. They wrap up that 4-game road trip tonight in California, taking on the Golden State Warriors. And that's what I got.
Okay, I want to squeeze these guys. Everybody's running a little bit behind today. Do you know, north of Remsen, they say it's like, actually it was Chief Dave Olney who said it's almost like turning a switch on as you're heading to the north through Remsen. It's like they've got like 3 inches already on the ground up there. So you can see why some of the higher elevations are having some delays here this morning. In studio right now is Dr. Shemaleski and Dr. Zielinski from the Falcon Clinic. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I know we've got a tight window, so let's get right to it. I know that you want to talk about really technology, right, is where we are.
So we recently partnered at the Falcon Clinic with a program called Ensight, and I know that you're familiar with that, Bill.
Yep.
So this is a remote care monitoring program where patients can monitor their blood pressure, if they have high blood pressure, blood sugar if they have diabetes, pulse ox if they have COPD, and so on and so forth at home. Now, the thing that's unique about this is patients have been doing this for years. But, they have a sheet, they write down their numbers, and when they see their doctor 3 months later, I would have liked to have known about that blood pressure of 220 over 110 there that you had. So this data gets shared with us in real time, which is better for patient care because it allows us as the physicians, if patients are having, really bad readings, too high or too low one way or the other, to reach out to them and see, do they need to get a sooner appointment? Do they, God forbid, need to go to the hospital? Because, I think it's going to really improve care and save lives because, somebody who's walking around with a blood pressure like that and not bringing it to anybody's attention again until their next scheduled follow-up 2, 3, whatever months later, they could, God forbid, have a stroke in the meantime, have a heart attack, go into diabetic crisis, and so on and so forth. So we're really excited about it. We really think it's going to improve patient care immensely, and the patients, by and large, have had a very good experience with it so far. I know that if you don't mind me sharing, I know you signed up for the program yourself.
HIPAA.
Yeah, you just nodded, sir.
I did not.
And I know that you haven't received your equipment yet and stuff like that. But at a later time, if you're able to speak from your own experience, that'd be very much appreciated.
I think what they do is basically you take your blood pressure every other day, and it automatically gets sent in.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's really pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, because just as you outlined, I guess I'm kind of regurgitating this, but sometimes people say that I feel a little off, but they don't think it's my blood pressure.
Check your sugar, check your pressure.
Tell me,
and it allows us to know about it much sooner.
Yeah, and like you said, you can reach out to them and say these numbers look weird. We need to.
You would see it. It's almost like having ADT for your health.
Correct.
Or a security system. I don't know why I think of it that way, but
I see it as a re-centralization, of healthcare.
Yeah.
We had label laws which allowed people to look and see what they're eating and stuff like that, and so people were empowered, to make certain decisions. With what Dr. Zielinski is talking about is it's an incentive for people to think about what they're doing, what they're eating, their exercise, their medications, and everything. And it's really as it should be. That's what we've talked many times when patients come to the Falcon Clinic. we don't have all the answers.
Right,
What we do is we have a dialogue. And this allows that. If I can, this is not a HIPAA thing. I'm actually wearing a device right here, okay, to just check for cardiac arrhythmia, okay?
Wow.
And so far, nothing's happened. But very convenient. I don't even know it's there. And it's being sent off, to a central location on there, And every now and then, the other monitor, which is like a phone, if there's something wrong on there, I would get a beep on there or a phone call. And so far, that hasn't happened.
They're doing the same thing now, where you can test for your sleep apnea at home. A lot of these different things, you're able to do from home. And you had said, I'm feeling a little off the way it used to be done. The problem with stroke is you probably aren't feeling a little off. Which is why they call it the silent killer. So that blood pressure could be up and you might not even realize it.
Well, even before that, what we're talking about is risk factors, even before you have things that somebody might think of as a stroke.
Yeah.
Because when that happens, you're really in the range of maybe 1 to 3 hours to get definitive treatment.
Wow.
But if you're way ahead of that with blood pressure, arrhythmias, with your blood sugar, with your weight, things like that, and that way ahead of time is preemptive there.
Yeah.
So you never get to that point of the stroke.
I don't mean to make light of this by any means. I think this is a great program and it's very serious, but I can imagine a patient getting a call and the doctor's like, are you off your diet? What's going on? Your numbers are spiking. No, the kids are home from college.
Yeah.
It's going to be like this for another couple days.
I have to tell you, I was in a doctor's office yesterday. Day before, I was in the Falcon Clinic office. So I spend some time in doctor's offices these days. And the nurse was taking my blood pressure, and as she's taking it, she brought up all of what's politics. She's talking about politics. She's talking about Minnesota. And I said, you do know you're going to be raising my blood pressure here.
Yes.
And I swear to God, it came back at like 150 over, which is high. 5 minutes later, the doctor took it again, and I was 128 over 70. So, but it's funny how that really can happen. These kids are driving me nuts.
Did the doctor come in and start talking about margaritas and being on the beach and stuff like that? Had to offset
brought it right back
your previous
down.
experience.
Yes. Thinking about
your happy place.
Beautiful
Your
weather.
happy place.
A lot of empathy.
How do you take advantage of this? See, I'm assuming this is something the Falcon Clinic offers. How does somebody take advantage of it?
Well, one thing that I do want to emphasize is the program is completely voluntary, so it is available to all of our primary care patients. But there are some people who, for one reason or another, don't want to be monitored. That is perfectly fine. We respect autonomy, of course. That's their personal choice. But they are welcome to give us a call, as you know, at 315-507-4751 and say, I'm so-and-so. I'm a primary care patient of the Falcon Clinic. I'd like to sign up for Insight for my high blood pressure diabetes, and we will put them in touch with the right people.
The diabetes thing is really interesting, too, because that goes... I know someone who wears a device,
continuous glucose monitor.
And they're able to see, and it's amazing how your sugar level goes up and down through the day, depending on what you eat. And it's not always chocolate or candy. When you eat foods that are not necessarily like fried potatoes or whatever, it shoots your number right up.
Or how stressed you are, or how much pain you're in, and a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And I think it's great, especially seeing as we're just after New Year's here, if people might even want to make it part of their New Year's resolution. Hey, I really want to take more charge of my health.
Okay.
I want to get my pressure under better control, sugar, whatever the deal is. So I think this affords a great avenue to make that happen for them.
And you've added a new physician, and you guys are now adding new patients.
Yes. So we have Dr. Cheryl Mattern, who comes with a tremendous reputation. So she is going to be starting on Monday, February 9th, so the second Monday in February. She actually, as of yesterday, when I checked with our receptionist, she still has some openings on her first day. So we could accommodate patients for new primary care in less than a month, which is really remarkable because other places people might need to wait, 6 months, 9 months, and what if they need medications refilled and what have you. So we're very, very excited to be able to offer that to patients. If people still want to establish with me or Dr. Shimoleski, they're welcome to. We're booking out a little further, maybe 2-3 months or so further than Dr. Mattern. So But if the priority is to get seen as quickly as possible, I'd recommend that they schedule with her and go from there.
All right. Docs, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having us.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Thank
Year.
you. Happy New Year, guys.
Stay young and healthy.
Staying young and healthy.
And monitor all of that.
And monitor that.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes seeing what's happening is just depressing. But, you keep plowing forward. At least we try. Thank you. It's the Falcon Clinic. I want to switch gears. Matt Carpenter is the superintendent of schools at Oneida, and they have pulled off something pretty big. Of course, the school was shut down because it was the flooding issue, right?
Flood,
That flood that occurred, and work needed to be done. And amazingly, they're almost ready to move back into the school. Matt, good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Sure. Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. So congratulations on this. Really turning it around pretty quickly.
Yeah, you know what? It certainly feels faster than what we had to initially announce in the summer, which would be that we'd be closed for a year. A lot of work going in, but your first point about that we'd pulled it off. We still have a couple of weeks of 10 days of really hard cleanup and getting it ready to go for kids and staff. So we're working hard, lots of hours right now to get it done.
So it looks like end of the month, January 26th, you students will be back in the school.
That's correct.
All right. Well, what improvements had to be done, and how was this able to be done so quickly?
Yeah, you can start outside with the site work. There was lots of either parking lot, drain work, drainage ditch, curbing. All of that had to be done outside, which got done just prior to Thanksgiving, just prior to when the snow flew.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then on the inside, it was an entirely new electrical system that had been destroyed by the flood that was in the basement. So it was ordering the parts, ordering the new switchgear, getting that all moved upstairs and creating a room on the first floor that wouldn't be susceptible to water. And then along with that, it was all of the mechanicals, pumps and boilers and water heaters, you name it. It all had to be worked on.
Wow.
And then, of course, fire alarm systems were all in the basement, and that had to all be replaced as well.
I find sometimes when you're looking at old construction, old electric wiring, you kind of open that can of worms, and 5 other problems pop out. I'm assuming there were some unexpected things that were discovered.
There absolutely were. And I would say in this project, more than anything, it was the outside site work in mapping out the drainage around the school.
Yeah.
Looking at things like manholes and what happened with getting the water away from the building rather than towards the building. That was a lot of kind of peeling back that onion and seeing each layer, and the next thing would open up and there'd be one more problem.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm sure this has been a bit of an inconvenience for people, but you guys have worked really incredibly hard to get this fixed. And I'm sure parents and students and teachers and staff, everybody's going to be happy to see this back open.
Yeah, our parents, I live not far from the community. I'm here and I see people every day out and about in the community. And, our parents and our teachers and certainly our kids have all been flexible and made the best out of a really bad situation. But, all of the workers that worked with us and certainly our school board, everyone worked tirelessly to get this done. And it's been, by and large, a positive response from all involved.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. We appreciate it, and congratulations.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, Matt Carpenter, superintendent of schools at Oneida. That was a quick turnaround.
Yes, because as we said, it was planned it was going to be the whole entire school year. And I guess, essentially they missed half of it. But again, it's such a convenience for the students and teachers to be back in their own classrooms where they're accustomed to being because they were spread out. And I'm sure it was an inconvenience for the first half of the year.
It kind of reminds me of in construction like that, and Andrew, being in real estate, you would know that, once you open one can of worms, everything kind of pops. It's like when you were talking about how you were cutting your hair the other day. So you start out really good, and you're looking, well, that's not right. It looks like it should have done something over here. By the time you're done, it's like, screw it, I'm shaving the whole thing.
Does anyone have a Bic?
We're replacing the entire electrical
That's
system.
the Ernie Derminio method. My father, he was just, one day he said, screw it.
Yeah,
and
but
that was it.
Your father had, I guess maybe I mostly knew him with the shaved head, but he could pull it off, the shaved head.
Yeah, he could do it.
Nice cue ball head.
And then there's Davey. Look at Davey.
Smitty
One
pulls
day.
it off.
Smooth. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You ever seen Smitty in a tux?
You don't have to shave your head though, do you?
I don't have to do a darn thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I wasn't going to swear. But to tell you the truth, I do miss
You were going to swear.
No.
No.
To tell you the truth, I do miss going to the beautician that I had. I had a regular beauty girl that I went to.
Beauty girl.
They cut my hair before I had my health scares. But I would let it grow out. My sister would call me Elvis because my hair would. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had a lot of hair at one point.
But if you've seen early pictures of me, I did have a nice
head of hair.
Glowing locks.
To tell you the truth, I do miss, but I don't even know how much a haircut is now. So look at the money I'm saving. I don't have to shave or shave my head or nothing.
No. Razors are expensive too. Yeah.
They even lock them up behind the counter because people are stealing them. All right, let me. Actually, I have River Hills Properties, and with Andrew sitting right here. Explain. You're here. Explain. I can kill two birds with one stone.
I love this.
Explain the difference when we say full service, what that means with River Hills, whether you're working with an agent up here or where you tend to lay your head now on the Gulf Coast of Florida.
Yeah, it's an important thing, and it's really exciting to be able to introduce this service model to the people of Southwest Florida because property values, and they continue to climb here in New York and Central New York specifically. But, sometimes you're dealing with, price ranges down there that you don't typically see here, and they're getting the lockbox treatment. And for us, that is mind-boggling because you're seeing lockboxes on $1 to $2 million homes or $800,000, $900,000 homes. So we believe, whether it be here in Central New York or in Southwest Florida on the Gulf Coast, that you deserve that full service approach, which is being there every time the house is shown, taking people through it, answering questions. And I tell this to a lot of people, and this is really the most important thing about your River Hills agent being at the listing when it's shown. Feedback. Feedback is so important, especially if it's a little bit of a situation where you're not getting any movement on the property. Feedback is dramatically important. And if you're not there, your agent's not there, you really are never going to know. I mean, there's a little survey that goes out at the end of every showing. If you have an agent that uses a lockbox, they have a little survey that gets sent out automatically to the agent that's showing that property. And it says, 5 questions. How did you rate this showing? Poor, good, fair. What did you think of the price? Too high, too low? So you're not really going to get any accurate, adequate feedback. Where your River Hills agent is there, they're reading facial expressions when they walk in, or they're actually getting the blunt feedback.
You know that if you're showing a house and everyone who walks in, they walk into a certain room and they're like, whoa, in a bad way. That's
exactly.
That kind of gives you the idea, the yellow paint on the wall.
And it's something you can fix.
Yeah, maybe
right?
you change
it's something you can easily fix. Now, sometimes it's as simple as it's just not for us, right? And then, okay, that's fine. But you wouldn't even know that if you're relying on some survey. A lot of the time, as a buyer's agent, I'm not filling that out. I mean, I do, but a lot of people don't. So the full service approach, from being there every time the house is shown to being present for you during the inspection, the appraisal, the final walkthrough, the full service approach really is our bread and butter, and that's what we love to do.
Kind of thought you'd go 30 seconds, but
oh, come on! You open the door, I just walked right through.
Yeah, well, I think he learned the 3-minute live read from you.
He probably did. Probably did.
That's true. That's true.
So it's River Hills Properties with offices Little Falls, of course, Barneveld and Utica to the north, in Copenhagen, Newport, home of Mayor Mark Butler, and coming soon to Rome. And, of course, the amazing southwest coast of Florida, Sarasota, Naples, Marco Island, where it's about 69 degrees for the high today.
That is correct.
Not bad. Not bad at all. 315-896-1009. Hobica's free money question this morning is worth $225.
Also, Lanson Lee, I don't know if he's changing parties or what, but he seems to be singing a different tune. Meanwhile, he does have some praise for Marianne Buttonshaw and some interesting comments on the upcoming election to fill that seat.
Hello, Lance.
A lot of people talking about this open seat.
He's dropped a name or two.
He is. Okay, it's Deerfield. Utica, Rome,
Marcy,
and even a little piece of even Herkimer County, I think.
Yeah,
too.
I think maybe it's a chunk of Frankfurt. She's going to be frustrated that I don't know that because obviously I worked in the office for a little while. It might be a little chunk of Frankfurt.
Forgot about that.
So we've heard Joe Bitar, but there's much beyond that. We'll get into it coming up. Stand by here.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions from Americu Credit Union. Get started today at americu.org/possibility.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're in your neighborhood. Find the location nearest you and book your appointment at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted, professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to 4-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
It all began in 1985 with a single goal, a commitment to brighten our community. And with your kindness, that light grew brighter. Because for 40 years, you've helped Food Bank of Central New York deliver healthy food and hope. But that need continues to grow. So this year, please consider giving a little extra and make sure the light we shine together never goes out.
The Save of the Day Foundation is dropping the puck on a raffle where you can win big. $75,000 cash or a 2026 Chevy Corvette. That's right. 1 ticket, 2 powerhouse prizes, and only 2,000 tickets will be sold. Tickets are just $100, and every entry supports the Save of the Day Foundation, helping our community win off the ice. The drawing is January 31st during the Utica Comets game, and you don't have to be in the building to score. Don't miss your shot, cash or Corvette. Get in the game now at saveoftheday.org.
We've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays, but now we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com, or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, are now available at Wegmans.
Hey, it's your radio buddy Jimmy Fallon, host of Fox Across America. We're talking politics, pop culture, and comedy, minus all the rage and finger-pointing. It's real talk for real people who just want to laugh, think, maybe learn something along the way. So join the fun weekdays at noon right here on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, Central New York's home for talk that's smart, honest, and just the right amount of crazy. Fox Across America with your main man, Jimmy Fallon.
And, of course, tickets for Jimmy's show coming to the February 7th is the date, to the Rome Capitol Theater. Jimmy is back. Jimmy Fallon live on stage. February 7th, it is Super Bowl weekend. And you can get tickets at romecapitol.com. mazda.com. We have a bunch of comments to get to. We'll get to that coming up. Steep Pawnee Mazda, creating the ultimate customer experience, continues to be their number one goal, which is why they select only the best late model Mazdas. And when it comes to brand new, they have you covered as well. If you need a lower price or a lower payment, just as Rick says, bring it up. Let's make your deal on a new Mazda. Certified pre-owned vehicle also, where it's always easy to do business. Family owned and operated. You know that with the pre-owned vehicles, there's a 160-point inspection, and you get the balance of the 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Family owned and operated, Steep Pawnee Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Hit it, Davey, and nothing happened. Interesting. I'll hit it again.
I'll go a cappella if you want.
We could do that. Here we go. Manaski with news.
I like the new bed.
Cloudy skies. It's what's old is new again.
I love it.
Cloudy skies. That's why I'm back. Cloudy skies, 36 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time 7:37. Your list of school closings and delays. We have 4 schools on delay this morning. A 2-hour delay with no morning BOCES at Adirondack and Holland Patton. A 2-hour delay for Remsen and Webb. Poland is now closed. That list at WIBX950.com. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is urging state residents to remain peaceful during the current immigration raids. In a public address last night, Walz said the federal agents conducting raids around Minneapolis were armed, masked, and undertrained. Earlier in the day, state officials called for peacefulness after a Minneapolis man was shot in the leg by a federal agent. The UN Security Council is expected to meet today to discuss the crisis unfolding in Iran. Multiple news reports say a briefing on the situation was requested by the United States. The meeting comes as over 3,000 protesters have reportedly died in Iran as authorities crack down on anti-government demonstrations. A crew from the International Space Station returns to Earth ahead of schedule because of a sick astronaut. NASA says the U.S., Japanese, Russian crew from SpaceX Crew 11 mission has splashed down safely off the coast of San Diego. It was the first time in the 25-year history of the space station that a mission was cut short due to a medical issue. Winter storm warnings posted from the Midwest to the Mid-Atlantic as a cold front is expected to dump heavy snow across 11 states today. The National Weather Service says up to 6 inches of snow and wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour are predicted from Minnesota to Maryland and as far south as Tennessee. California authorities reporting the state's largest ever outbreak of mushroom poisoning. The California Department of Public Health says 35 people have been poisoned by the death cap mushroom since November. People foraging for mushrooms.
They're hunting mushrooms.
Are being warned that a single bite of the death cap mushroom could cause significant toxicity. Over 1.5 million customers of Verizon went without service on Wednesday. The widespread telecommunications outage lasted for around 7 hours and was reported in cities from New York to Houston. Service came back late last night, and Verizon said it plans to provide account credits to customers affected by that outage. And the New York Giants reportedly hiring former Ravens coach John Harbaugh as their next leader. ESPN says the Giants are working to finalize a deal to make Harbaugh their new head coach, and that contract numbers are still being negotiated. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 7:40. Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast.
Winter weather advisory will stay in effect until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as precip this morning spotty, but now we're starting to make the transition toward colder weather with any sprinkles of rain going over the snow showers, especially later and on into the nighttime hours tonight. Could see close to an inch today, more in the North Country where there are some winter storm warnings. Gusty winds also with falling temperatures to around 20. Tonight, scattered snow showers. Tomorrow, partly sunny. North Country snow showers, highs in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Lance is in rare form this morning. I'm enjoying it. And he named them. He's naming names.
Okay.
Potential candidates here.
All right, we're going to get into that
According
coming.
to Lance.
We're going to get into that coming right up here. First, let's do Hobica's free money question. And Davey, this morning it's worth $225, and you're looking for caller number what?
6.
Sixth caller right now, 315-736-0186. Caller 6 will do it next, along with your comments and phone calls on WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-518-1409.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-518-1409. That's 800-518-1409.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Need a new bed? Don't wait for your tax return. Mattress Express has 1 year, no interest, no money down, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Stop into any store or apply online at mattressexpressny.com.
Straight Talk presents The Math of More. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Man, you got Manasseh going crazy here with all these comments.
I like it.
Holy moly.
He named name.
Okay, we have Hobica's free money question of the day. It's Joseph and Andrew Hobica at 315-724-1600 for your legal needs. And the way this works is pretty simple. Each day we come up with an amount, Davey does, and each day we pick a question from nowhere, from space, and grab a contestant. Angelo is our contestant in New Hartford. Angelo, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good. We were with another Angelo in New Hartford yesterday who was opening an antique store over there in New Hartford.
It's not me.
It's not you. It's not you. No antiques here. Okay, Angelo, you know the deal. This is a really tough question. I want to almost... Are you shaking your head at me, Davey?
You want to give me 500, right?
I think we should up it a little bit here. Come on. This is a tough question. How about $300?
Okay.
You're good with that?
$350.
You're good with that? All right.
I'm good. I'm good with that.
All right, you're good with $300. Angelo, here we go. This is your question. for $300. Here it is. In 1817, Congress divided a territory that became these two states, practically mirror images of each other. Which ones are they? Ready, go.
Louisiana and Alabama. I don't know.
Well, you're really, Alabama is one of them.
Oh, is it?
And Georgia is. It's Alabama, and you're right. You're right, Angela, and Mississippi. Yeah.
Oh, so top and bottom,
North and South Dakota.
Yeah. Well,
but it was the year 1800. I don't know if
1817.
If you look at a map, you'll see Alabama and Mississippi, and you'll see how they did it. They weren't overly creative with the way they just. We're going to split this in half. So.
I was pretty close. Did I get 150 at least?
You were. Listen. You were close enough. Where I'm willing to say. Let's drop in a pair of Jimmy Fallon tickets as well.
All right, hey, that's great.
That's pretty cool.
I've always wanted to see them.
Well, this is your chance. Rome Capitol Theater on February 7th, 7 p.m. We'll also give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card, good all over the place. It's nice because it's several restaurants, Taylor and the Cook, Aquavino, Babes, The Odd. So, Angelo, you stand by, and Davey is going to hook you up.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. Thanks so much.
Take care. Good to hear you.
Congrats.
So, I almost feel like I'm going to have to, because on a whim, I'm giving. Let's throw them tickets. I think I gotta be careful because what constitutes the whim?
Right.
Right.
Well,
So
you're getting half the question right.
I have to formally come up with a plan for next week, and I will. Okay. Andrew Dominia's in studio with us here this morning. Good morning, Andrew.
Good to see
morning.
the both of you.
He's fresh off his crying tour that began last week when the Chicago Bears came from nowhere to beat his Green Bay Packers.
Crazy game.
And Manaski, you have comments. This is what we have.
Well, really quick to the football thing,
Yeah.
and I meant to touch on this. I was going to interrupt your newscast to do it. Does that mean Joe Shane is gone finally?
No, he's still there.
Because I know that was the big sticking point for Harbaugh, is that he wanted to have a GM of his choice. And,
is that right?
Well, the initial reports were, I think he
That
was
could
looking
still
for
be the
$20
case.
million, $10 million for coordinators, and then GM say, so to speak.
Look, I don't think Shane is the worst GM we've ever had, but it's always been a problem with me that we were throwing $40 million a year at Daniel Jones, and Saquon wanted an extra $1 million. He wanted to go from $10 million to $11 million, and we said no.
Yeah, go find a team that'll pay you that. Okay.
And I'll find a Super Bowl ring too while I'm at it.
That could be part of the deal. The details that are being worked out.
Yeah.
How huge would that be?
God.
Before we introduce our head coach, we just want to announce we've just fired Joe Shane. He's cleaning out his office right now.
Well, they say in a good negotiation, you always have to have something in there that you're willing to give up. You don't always get everything. So
True.
maybe that's a point. The other point that's possible is, we report on stuff in the world today. Stuff comes from social media. People dream something and they type it on their keyboard the next day, and all of a sudden everybody's talking about it as if it's fact. When in reality, there's no basis of reality whatsoever. The
only time that happened in my reality in the sports world was the Micah Parsons thing, when everybody was like, I guess Micah Parsons is going to go to the Green Bay Packers. I'm like, there's no way that's going to happen. And then it did, and then he tore his ACL. So here we are.
Comments from Manaski. What do you have?
Okay, so we'll begin with a positive one here. Timothy
so there's some
Toolman.
negative stuff. Good.
Timothy, there's some ribbing of Andrew going on.
Of course.
Timothy Toolman says, sign a new WIBX contract for Andrew and get the old crew back together.
Well, we'd have to find Christine Bellino.
That's
We
right.
would.
That's right.
We'd have to find a contract also.
She's in Florida
I think they
too,
cut
right?
paper out
Yeah,
of the
right.
budget
I don't
around
think
here.
I think at Town Square they say con what? I've never heard that word before.
Okay, so this is from, let me go to the Verizon comment first. This is about the outage yesterday.
A lot of people, and this is a good example to me before you get to the comment of this should be a wake up for all of us. AT&T customers went through this 2 years ago. Verizon yesterday. It's going to happen again. And maybe it's going to be your power, too. You got to kind of, I think, have a plan in place. You're up here. Your wife is down in Florida.
Correct.
You couldn't reach her because you don't have a landline. If you do have a landline, chances are it's tied to your cell phone, and you're just unable to contact. I know a situation, a neighbor, there was a situation with a kid at school, and the school could not get in touch with them. They couldn't get in touch with the school. It may be a little warning to say,
well, and
we
I
might
worry,
need a plan.
I worry and I was thinking about this last night, EMS. I mean, how do you, is there
They
a
were
mechanism for 911?
No, they were telling people if 911 is not working, which it might not be, you need to go to your nearest police station.
Well,
that's what they were telling people.
If I'm not mistaken, Oneida County now has this available where you can text 911, and I believe text was still working yesterday.
Texting was working if you were on Wi-Fi. I don't believe it was working on cellular. I don't think it was working on cellular.
There were times that I would text certain people, and it was sporadic too. Like I could call my mom earlier in the day, but then in the evening I couldn't.
We had the very same situation with AT&T. It was working, and then it wasn't working. And then you could text, and then everything went down. If something did go through, it was slow. Yeah. So prepare. That's all I think. But this is an interesting tip here.
Yes. J-Lo in Utica says, FYI, I have Verizon, and I could not make phone calls or text messages, but I was able to FaceTime in order to get through to other Verizon members. Keep that in mind in case it ever happens again. Now, there's something you should know about this. FaceTime could be an option, but only, I think, if you're on your home Wi-Fi. If you were out in the public.
Or any Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well,
you could get on
Wi-Fi.
You could get onto public Wi-Fi, but you'll need Wi-Fi in order to be able to do that.
Correct. You couldn't be out like you typically were in doing FaceTime messages. All right, Lance and Lee's got a lot to say
today. Smoke signals also work. You can. The Pope's been doing that. They do it to name the Pope
for years.
For years. It's historic.
Lance and Lee's got some comments here. We'll begin with his little jab at Andrew. He said, hey, Jeff, for old time's sake, pass Andrew your laptop so he can ignore my comments. He says, it's good to see him. He must he must use a lot of sunscreen. Whitest guy I've seen that lives in Florida, although your studio seems to give everyone that glow. We have very white lights here, so we all look like we've been hiding in a closet somewhere.
Usually only me.
All right, so
my wife said the only thing when you had the black behind you, the wall behind you, it was just like your head. You could only see your head bopping around.
He's got a jab at you here.
Good.
It sounds like he was busy yesterday. He says, I went back and watched yesterday's show later yesterday. Was that an audition for The View? If the nut job that beat down Bill's son was an undocumented immigrant, I wonder if he'd have a different opinion.
No, let me explain to you reality, Lance. First of all, if the person that attacked my son was undocumented, or first of all, he should have gone to jail, and that's not going to happen in this state. Secondly, if he was here or even on a legal visa, here is our guest. That person should be kicked out of the country. And it doesn't have to be my son that's attacked. It could be anybody. If you're breaking the law, if you're committing crimes, go. But kick them out of the country. I'm all for that. I think that is... Now, it would be nice if we stuck to that, but we have not. We are going after everybody. People who have been here for 30 years, people who have families here. We're going after everybody, and that, to me, is the mistake. So, but that doesn't have anything to do with what happened in Minneapolis. I don't know where he's going with that. But Ann is. Do you want me to bring in Ann's comment?
Sure.
Because Ann is commenting on it. The fact that it was announced yesterday that the ICE agent had internal bleeding. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. He stepped into the car. She did not turn the wheels towards him to hit him. Look at the video. Every single video out there. I don't care which one you see. It shows the same thing. Please stop telling me that I'm seeing something different than what I'm actually seeing. Look at the freaking video. Pretty easy.
Yeah,
and that is not a liberal statement. It's American. It's not how we treat our citizens or non-citizens, Lance. Although I would like to treat you that way sometimes. Sorry.
He got into the announcement yesterday that, or from 2 days ago, Marion Buttonshaw is not seeking re-election. She does have a final year to serve in office.
That is the fastest running story. It really isn't 2 days old, but it kind of is. It kind of broke on Tuesday night.
She'll be
Tuesday.
The rest of this year,
all the rest of the year.
And then, so will there be an election in this
There's
year
an
for
election this
November?
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but that story is like lightning. And the number of people that seem to have interest in getting that seat is really surprising to me.
Lance says this area is in trouble losing Marianne. She's the only productive state representative in the area. I hear there's a long list of people interested in that job. Even Palmieri's name has been thrown in the hat. And then he says, this is a list, Palmieri, Bitar, Rutkowski, Izzo, plus Genovese, and Maciel too. That's what Lance says.
James Genovese?
James Genovese, I do not see it. I know James. I'll talk to him today. No way. And Joe Rutkowski, are you kidding me? Absolutely not. If he ran for anything, it would be Congress. He wouldn't be running to be a minority member in the Assembly in New York.
Yes, I agree.
Lance, your credibility just dropped here with that list of names.
I find it interesting, too. Has he got another comment? No, he doesn't. Interesting, too, where he seems to be very pro-Democrat on a lot of issues. But
you're still trying to figure out who he is.
Well, he's coming after you on the on the Minneapolis thing, which is a surprise to me.
Odd. Joe Lode on the line right now. Joe, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I will tell you I was one of the, I guess million people that was affected by the Verizon outage.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Not an easy thing to go through. I will tell you I had flashbacks almost immediately of like COVID, where I was locked down and I couldn't reach people. And,
how dependent we have become to on when it comes to our cell phones, right? We are dependent.
Yeah, that's why I'm going, again, the route of satellite. And Elon Musk has a new satellite phone out.
Okay.
So I'm going satellite because, there's one thing I can tell you since I've had the Elon Musk system at my house. I've never once had a problem with internet. It's faster. We have 5 different people in the household using tablets and video games, and I never have a problem. And it's all satellite driven, and I think that's the future. Again, we have a lot of money and investment tied up in cellular and fiber and all that, but I think the satellite is the future. And
what are you?
Especially in
So you
Starlink. I have Starlink.
Starlink at home. How?
Because again, I live in Remsen, where
you don't
fiber is 1 mile away, and they won't run it.
How
no matter what official you talk to, they say we're trying. In 2026, Bill, I can go from Remsen to Lee Center and lose cell coverage 15 to 20 times.
Yeah.
Just because there's Amish people over there doesn't mean there's people that don't need cellular coverage.
All right, stand by. Stand by. We got a break. We got a break.
Okay.
Stand.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 beyond.
From the WB Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
An even angrier night in Minneapolis. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. With protesters again clashing with police after another ICE-related shooting. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, a fierce ICE critic, told them to go home.
For those that have peacefully protested, I applaud you. For those that are taking the bait, you are not helping, and you are not helping the undocumented immigrants in our city.
The shooting happened as a federal agent was arresting a Venezuelan illegal immigrant who'd scuffled with the officer, and then 2 others joined.
DHS writing, as the officer was being ambushed and attacked by the 2 individuals, the original subject got loose and began striking the officer with a shovel or broomstick. Fearing for his life and safety as he was being ambushed by 3 individuals, the officer fired defensive shots to defend his life. The initial subject was hit in the leg.
That's Fox's Matt Finn in Minneapolis. President Trump just posted on Truth Social, the highly successful operation to remove violent and vicious criminals will continue after a judge he called highly respected refused to immediately block ICE enforcement like Minnesota demanded in a lawsuit. After a Trump warning to Iran that he might take action over a crackdown on protests that human rights groups say led to a few thousand deaths, the president says,
we've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. and there's no plan for executions.
Today, the president will meet with Maria Corina Machado, who won the Nobel Peace Prize for her opposition to Venezuela's regime that got her jailed. Meanwhile, Senate Republicans voted down a war powers resolution. Democrats wanted to prevent more military action in Venezuela. Verizon says its service is back after a frustrating phone day for a lot of customers.
No voice calls possible, no data services, no text messages, nothing. Here's the statement from Verizon. The outage has been resolved. If customers are still having an issue, we encourage them to restart their devices to reconnect to the network. For those affected, we will provide account credits.
Fox Business Network, Cheryl Casoni. America's listening to Fox News.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho! And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company. Pure Talk.
We agree to disagree. That's what Denmark's foreign minister says after a meeting with Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, pushing back on President Trump's push for the U.S. to take control of the Danish territory. His counterpart from Greenland, Vivian Motzfeldt, says her message was
how important it is from our side to strengthen our cooperation with the United States. But that doesn't mean that we want to be owned by the United States.
Our NATO allies in Europe also don't want the U.S. to take Greenland, and they're sending some forces there.
France, Germany, Norway, and Sweden are among the countries whose troops are arriving in Greenland to boost Arctic security. The numbers are small: 15 from the French Mountain Infantry Unit, a 13-strong German reconnaissance team. Greenland is an autonomous part of the Kingdom of Denmark, and the Danes say they are going to establish a more permanent military presence with a larger Danish contribution. President Trump says the U.S. needs Greenland for national security, but other nations believe NATO can achieve that goal. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Russia is kicking a British diplomat out of the country, saying that that person was an undeclared officer in the Britain intelligence service, a spy. For the first time in NASA's history, it has cut a mission to the International Space Station short. And it ended early, very early this morning, when the crew of 4 splashed down in the Pacific before 4 a.m. Eastern Time.
On behalf of SpaceX and NASA, welcome home, Crew 11.
The mission was cut short after one crew member became ill earlier this month. NASA has not identified the sick astronaut, but says the person was stable in orbit and needed further care on Earth. The early return leaves the space station short-staffed until a new crew arrives next month.
That's Fox's Ted Linder. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising, up more than 200 points for the NASDAQ the day after selling dragged the NASDAQ down more than 200 points. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Cloudy skies, some light rain, and 36 degrees here in Marcy. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time 8:05. We have some cooler temperatures and some snow falling in higher elevations. We'll take a closer look at your Weather Center forecast coming up in just a few minutes. We have a winter weather advisory that continues until 1 tomorrow afternoon. We also have some school closings and delays this morning, a short list, but a few on there. The following schools are on a 2-hour delay this morning: Adirondack, Holland Patton, Remsen, and Webb. Poland schools are closed today. Rome police announcing that 4 teenagers have been charged as a result of an altercation that took place during a girls' varsity basketball game at RFA last month. The altercation began when one of the involved teens was asked to leave the property by a Rome police school resource officer and school security staff. A 15-year-old juvenile had been banned from Rome City School District properties and events, and as a result of prior disciplinary issues. Now, police say when the 15-year-old was told he had to leave the premises, he became disorderly and combative. At that time, 3 other teens, ages 15, 17, and 17, became involved in the altercation. One of the teens and a school security officer sustained minor injuries. The teens now face charges ranging from obstructing governmental administration, resisting arrest, menacing, and criminal nuisance. Because of their ages, their names are not being released. One worker still hospitalized after an elevator collapse at Turning Stone Resort Casino. A total of 5 people were injured Tuesday when the exterior construction elevator fell and trapped them. All of the victims were taken to nearby hospitals for treatment. 4 of them ended up being released. A 5th person remains in stable condition at Upstate University Hospital. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. The New York Democratic Committee will hold its next convention in the city of Syracuse. It's taking place on February 8th at the Carrier Theater inside the Mulroy Civic Center, and is the first time the city has hosted the event since 1982. Political leaders from across the state will gather to decide who gets the party's endorsement. There are elections this year for governor, attorney general, comptroller, and seats up for grabs in the state legislature. And one of New York's entertainment destinations could be in line for some serious changes. Trademark filings indicate that the Great Escape amusement park in Queensbury may be getting a new name or even a different owner. Six Flags leaders have been telling investors they're working on reducing the size of its park portfolio because of issues that include struggles with attendance. The Great Escape opened back in 1954 as Storytown USA. It was bought by the company that became Six Flags in 1996. Six Flags has not commented on their future plans as yet. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:08. Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast.
Winter weather advisory will stay in effect until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as precip this morning spotty, but now we're starting to make the transition toward colder weather with any sprinkles of rain going over the snow showers, especially later and on into the nighttime hours tonight. Could see close to an inch today, more in the North Country where there are some winter storm warnings. Gusty winds also with falling temperatures to around 20. Tonight, scattered snow showers. Tomorrow, partly sunny. North Country snow showers, highs in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stijik, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now in Marcy, we have some light rain and 36 degrees, but some cooler temps and snow falling in other areas. It is 8:09. Well, this guy is happy this morning. There are reports out there the Giants working to finalize a deal to make John Harbaugh their new head coach. Contract numbers still being negotiated. Harbaugh spent 18 seasons as the head man of the Baltimore Ravens before he was cut loose at the end of this past regular season. He had 180 wins plus 13 more playoff victories, including a win in Super Bowl 47. Speaking of the playoffs, the 49ers may have their 4-time Pro Bowl linebacker back on the field this weekend. Fred Warner has not ruled out a potential return to game action for the team's NFL divisional round playoff game against the Seahawks on Saturday night. Warner said the team is taking it day by day. There are still multiple health checkpoints that he must clear before he can return. An NFL veteran calls it a career from Pittsburgh. Not Aaron Rodgers, but Adam Thielen officially announcing his retirement. The 35-year-old split time this year with the Vikings and Steelers. He had just 19 catches in 16 games. The Jacksonville Jaguars say their unicorn will play both sides of the ball again next year. General Manager James Gladstone telling the media that Travis Hunter will play both sides, offense and defense. The receiver and cornerback suffered a knee injury, which cut his rookie season short earlier this year. The Nets were topped by the Pelicans last night, 116-113. Brooklyn now 11-27 on the season. The Knicks lost as well, 112-101 to the Kings in Sacramento. New York has dropped 2 of their last 3. They wrap up their 4-game road trip tonight when they take on the Golden State Warriors. And one more NFL note, a potential top 5 pick maybe in the NFL draft. Quarterback Dante Moore announcing that he will remain at Oregon, foregoing a chance to enter the NFL draft this year. Moore was projected to be a top pick if he had declared.
It's amazing to me that these guys are choosing to stay in college because they're making so much money.
More than their rookie contract or whatever
Yeah.
would be in the NFL. Yeah.
Think about that. Crazy. Okay, do you want to add to comments? Let me bring in Joe Lowe, who is not done with his apparently Starlink is your thing, Joe. So the only thing is you wouldn't be able to use that for cell phone. So his internet is Starlink, which is a Musk product.
Yes, and now I hear he's teamed up with, I believe it's T-Mobile, with a satellite phone that, in the Adirondack Mountains or the Adirondack Park is a lifesaver.
Yeah, very well could be. I know with the iPhone you can you go into that SOS mode. You can send a message that's a satellite message if there was an emergency, but you wouldn't have just a normal conversation. The problem with satellite, though, is there's that delay. You see it on network news when they're talking to somebody in Israel or somewhere else. There's like a 1.5, almost 2-second delay for it to go all the way up to the satellite and come back down.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a delay over no coverage at all. Anyway,
I guess.
Though.
Yeah. Okay.
And Bill, while we're talking, I hate to change the subject, but I have to because yesterday I did get my National Grid bill. And I don't know how many people have been affected this way. Why is it that the service charge, the delivery fee, the delivery fee, though, keeps going up and up? Why isn't it one set fee per bill? It doesn't cost them extra to deliver it. The passageway is already there. The electrical lines are already there. That delivery fee should be the government ought to step in and say you can't charge astronomical rates. I know in New York State, Hochul just loves National Grid and has them in her back pocket, in her purse, and everywhere else.
Yeah, she's been making a lot of money off National Grid.
She's out of control, and then she allows them to raise their prices.
I don't know if there's any evidence to show that whatsoever.
Well, I've done research.
Joe, in Joe's mind, the two of them are sitting. National Grid is actually a person, and so is Kathy Hochul, and they're sitting there and they're contemplating together to how are we going to make Joe Lowe's bill higher. I get it, your bill is higher. Here's the problem. They're still going to, at the end of the day, they're like anybody else.
They've got
National Grid has
crack.
a nut to crack.
Yes.
So if you say no longer are you allowed, so let's say your delivery fee is $100. Let's just say that.
Right.
And then the government's going to come in and say you're no longer allowed
ever
to use a delivery fee again.
Rates
so
go up.
all of a sudden your rate goes up by $100. They're still going to get the money.
Yes.
Well, my rate has doubled since last December, and then the delivery charges more than doubled since last December.
Yeah.
Have a set delivery fee. I'm not saying don't charge me, because I know you got wires to maintain and trees to cut down, but don't keep raising it according to your bill. If my bill's $240 I used in electric, don't charge me $207 to deliver it.
Did you know that National Grid is not an American company?
They're not?
What do you mean?
They're not an American company.
Well, they need to be deported.
That could happen if we get in the fight with the Brits.
Well, what are they?
They're British.
Okay, I have a problem with that. I have a serious problem with that.
That's since Niagara Mohawk became National Grid. National Grid is a British company.
We have a foreign company that oversees our electric grid. Doesn't that
we have a lot of that
cause a potential problem?
I would think that is
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
I think it should raise alerts everywhere.
I believe
it's the Boston Tea Party all over again.
This was concocted by...
They're raising our tea bag rates.
It was concocted by Kathy Hochul, I believe, before she became governor.
I've been free of National Grid. I'm a proud customer of Florida Power and Light.
Yeah.
With a bill less than $100.
That's unbelievable.
I hate to say it, Andrew, but you know what? The worst part is that we keep losing people to Florida and to southern states in this state of ours, New York, and I'm not going to leave. They're not going to force me out.
No. He's dug in.
We need to band together and fight it. We have to.
Well,
It's
I
the
will
only
say
way.
this.
We have to win this state back.
I will say this: where I'm making up in gas and electric bill, which is really low.
This is
my
the
water
problem.
bill is unbelievable. I'm paying in 1 month what I pay in a quarter.
Do you know who owns your water company? Kathy Uncle. And the British. And the British. Yep. Believe me, at the end of the day, I will tell you, if you're moving to Florida, and Andrew can attest to this.
Yes.
You're at the end of the day, let's say your salary's the same, everything's the same, taxes are different there, you pay less in gas, it's kind of at the end of the, are you ending up with this giant bowl of money left over?
Well, there's no income tax.
There's no state income tax.
But it's they're going to get you here or they're going to get you over here. At the end, and I get it. New York is very is a high tech state.
Yeah, New York. Not only do they get you here and here, they get you here and over here.
They're grabbing your ass while you're walking away. I know it. I understand.
No, that was just Cuomo, not Hochul.
However,
we know of.
Another issue in Florida is homeowners insurance.
Yeah. Well,
is a
actually,
problem.
I will say where
you're
I
not
built,
in an area where you have that problem.
No, where I built, I'm paying about the same as we had in our house here in New York. But
some
you
places
do have
can't
HOA
get it.
fees. That's if you would move into that community like that. I've got 2 different HOA fees.
Yeah. And if you want to paint your house purple, can you?
No.
Okay.
But nobody should.
Well, Joe is in the process of purple painting his house.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, Joe. Anything else? You have any other theories?
I just want to shout out, God bless the Amish.
God bless the Amish. Okay. All right.
They've been having Verizon connectivity issues for hundreds of years.
And you know what? Their national grid bill is 0. I mean, they've got it made over there, those Amish. Okay. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. You have a great day, everyone.
You do the same. Joe Load.
As my son said when he was 5 years old, the next time you see the Amish having a bake sale, you should support them because they're saving up to buy a car. And, I don't know if you guys remember that story. It's one of my all-time favorites. Dad, I think they're saving up to buy a car. I don't think they are, buddy.
They're still driving horses. It's unbelievable.
A couple more comments on the YouTube page. I have to ask this, and I've wanted to. John, who comments, and I appreciate the input, John.
You mean QAnon, John?
It's John-V4052.
Yeah.
QAnon John? Okay.
That's what I call him.
Is that the same John?
He says,
I think it's the same John.
He says this every day. John, I don't get it. I just need an explanation. I've been wanting to ask. Learn the current laws and orders of this country. Reality is,
John. That's who
we are under wartime laws. You're nobody, Keeler. Your thoughts, beliefs, opinions simply does not matter.
Well, first of all, I have never contested that.
Correct. That's true of all of us.
Hello.
It's true of all of us.
Listen, John, little tip here. You should learn this too. Maybe not. Maybe you rule your household. But what I say doesn't matter even in my own house. So I'm very well established and used to it.
And he also said and this is the line he usually ends with, it's easier to learn the current laws and orders of this country. John, what are you talking about?
This is always followed by, that's all right, you make fun. What's coming? Wait till you see what's coming next.
He's been saying that for a few years.
What's coming next? I'm just saying.
Explain, John.
Wait till you see what's coming next.
Just explain. I'm not challenging you. I just want to explain.
Wait till you see.
Okay.
I got a break. It's 8:20. Farmer Ben is making his way in studio. Hold on.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions. From AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
With snow piles up in central New York, you still got work to do. Get it done with Bobcat from Warner Sales and Service. Bobcat skid steer loaders, truck loaders, and excavators cut through deep snow, slippery streets, and frozen job sites with ease. They're fast, tough, and built for upstate winters, delivering soft traction, low ground disturbance, and all-day comfort. From streets and sidewalks to driveways and lots, nothing clears like a Bobcat. Push it to the limit this winter with Bobcat from Warner Sales and Service. Visit WarnerSS.com.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Looking to slide into savings with a reliable ride without the brand new price tag? Then it's time to warm up to the winter deals at Steed Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer. Check out their Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicles. Every vehicle is backed by a certified warranty and low financing options. Right now, qualified buyers can lock in chill cool rates as low as 3.9% for 36 months on select Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicles like the Chevrolet Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, and Traverse. At Steed Ponte Chevy, their team makes car buying stress-free. But don't wait, these winter savings won't last forever. Head to Steed Ponte Chevrolet, where it's always easy to do business. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. State Route 28 in Herkimer, or online at SteedPonteChevy.com. Customers must qualify for top-tier credit through GM Financial. All taxes and fees due on delivery. Must take delivery by January 31st, 2026. See salesperson for details.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted, professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at Tallman'sTire.com.
The exciting action of the NFL postseason is on Westwood One. Hi, this is Scott Graham. Join us this weekend for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. The hour-long pregame show kicks off Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. From now until Super Bowl 60, the NFL playoffs are on Westwood One.
The NFL plays here all season long on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
For the record, Manansky has a weather report.
Yes, it has changed over out there. It's coming down, big flakes. Big flakes starting to cover.
Yes. Yeah.
And a couple of quick comments here I want to get to. This is Matt in Holland Patton. I used FaceTime yesterday when everything was down. I think it might have something to do with iPhone to iPhone because I was not on anyone else's wireless. That's what he says.
Was he on his, though? Was he on his?
There were some Android users who had issues.
Maybe there was. Maybe there's a way to. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's all very highly technical. I don't know the answer.
He also says, this is from Matt. He says that Toolbox Lance never has any credibility anyways.
That's because there's a Toolbox Tim, completely different person.
Yes.
On YouTube.
And then,
a lot of comments on YouTube.
D-Train, I believe these were his first comments here via the WIBX app. He says, Bill... Oh, no, that was from June. That was before. He says, I don't necessarily agree with a lot of things that Bill has to say, but he is spot on today. I agree with everything he's saying about what happened in Minneapolis.
Yeah. I have a difficulty with someone telling me that I'm not seeing what I'm seeing when I'm watching a video from different angles. It's just, but I don't want to get into that today because everybody will get all pissed off. So, and Andrew's here.
Yeah,
and,
who wants any controversy?
Drag him into this whole thing. And Farmer Ben is in here this morning.
Good morning, guys.
Who
nice
wants
to see you, Andrew.
Good to see you.
Who wants to fight? I'm not asking if you want to fight. I'm saying who wants to fight? Nobody. You want to go out?
Yeah. We'll wrestle in the snow.
Who wants to fight?
When the fight starts, I'm heading for Star Hill.
Yeah.
There you go.
How was the weather coming in, Ben?
It is snowing, and the roads are a slushy mess because they were so warm the last couple of days, and now everything's just slimy, so be very careful.
Well, I got to tell you, and anything that you have, I just fair warning, if you want to get anything out of the way, I'll explain. You want to do it now because by this afternoon, we're going to be in the 20s. And anything that is any pile of snow that you're like, well, I'll shovel that tomorrow. You'll bring a pickaxe to get it tomorrow because it's going to be solid ice tomorrow.
Yeah.
So any area where you think you want to scrape down your driveway or anything like that, it would be the time to do it today.
Absolutely.
I'm afraid.
The Arctic blast is coming back at us. The
Yeah,
vortex.
the polar vortex.
Too bad I have to leave tomorrow.
Another
that's
term.
awful.
Yeah, you're going to be flying out. Let me tell you.
I hope I fly
They're going to be
out.
double de-icing that plane.
Yeah, my goodness.
Yeah. It's funny. I talked to somebody that was on our last cold spell. They were on a train coming through from Buffalo to here, and the doors froze open on the train. And they were driving with the doors open. Now you're in the car, but the actual, but everything got cold. It was a pretty cold trip. Yeah, yeah. Doors open. Crazy.
That's a story for Carl Trainer.
That would be a good one for him. He loves the train. All right, beef. It is still an issue. The price of beef is.
And it's going to be for a couple of years.
And it's going to be for a couple of years. So
years. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
at least. So the first thing I want to say is on behalf of the agriculture community, we had a big win yesterday with Donald Trump. Huge win.
Yeah.
With them signing into law the Healthy Kids Act. I want to make sure I got that right. So now whole milk and 2% are offered to the children in the school. And if they don't want their children to be drinking milk, all they got to do is have a parental person or a guardian, somebody that's in charge of the child, say, hey, we don't want our child because of medical issues like you, Bill, have to drink skim milk.
I only do that for diet purposes.
There you go. Some child has a
Yeah.
dietary problem.
Can I ask?
But a kid today and yesterday and the day before could say, I'm not drinking milk. I think there's no change in that. Correct. New York, I don't know that New York, that the whole milk was not available in New York, but I don't know the answer.
What was the reason that they got off the whole milk and 2%?
Okay, so back during the Obama administration, Michelle Obama took on obesity. Remember, she was all about physical fitness of children in school. And they felt that the fat, the concentrated fat that's in milk, was a contributing factor to obesity in school. So they looked at the food pyramid during the Obama administration, and they changed it down to low skim milk, like 1% or skim milk for the school
I think
children.
it was 2% and skim were available.
Correct.
But then that was a recommendation. I don't know exactly what happened there, but nonetheless, under this current administration, everything's whole. You can drink raw milk, get it in your system, get it as quickly as you can.
Make it milk raw again.
Right. Well,
and when you're drinking it, make sure you gurgle "Merry Christmas" because that's legal too now. So,
but what the reality of the whole thing is really is when you're a young child like you, Jeff, and the children that are in sports, they need all of the vitamins and minerals while they're growing. They need bone density to get the full calcium, the full 13 vitamins and minerals that are in the whole milk. They need. You follow me? Then when you get older, like you and I, Bill, maybe we need to shorten that up a little bit and use the skim milk. So the dairy farmers knew this. The health research people started researching it and finding out as time went by that the children are lacking a little bit. And they found that one of the most perfect balanced foods is milk.
Yeah.
And so that got revisited. I've lobbied for it, both here locally and both in Albany and a little bit with Washington through Brandon Williams when he was our congressman.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember right, he brought Mr. Valsek to Central New York during his alma mater.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to have a conversation with him. And he said, well, at this point in time, we're not looking to review that food pyramid. But under this new administration, they brought it up. Here we are. And it was a huge... People don't realize it, and then we'll move on. it was a huge win for the dairy industry throughout the whole United States.
And I think
thank
that
you, President Trump.
RFK Jr. also has added back into the schools gin, whiskey, vodka.
Now,
I believe.
Let's not get carried away.
And tequila too. Because listen, these
Tequila
teachers
is one of the healthiest liquors.
These teachers, they got to get through the day. Damn it!
But you know,
it ain't easy.
RFK is more for shots than you realize.
That's
you know?
exactly right.
It's not a vaccine, but
but now you wait a minute. We're all laughing about it, and I don't want to see alcohol in the schools. But you want to know something, Bill, Jeff, and Andrew? The reality is, all of those liquors are made from grains grown by American farmers. Maybe not tequila. Maybe not tequila, but whiskey and all that other stuff.
That is true.
Is grown just like we could talk about mass
corn and
breweries
grain,
sometime.
right? Yeah.
Corn and grain. So it
Potatoes.
supports the farmers. And
Don't forget
potatoes for
potatoes.
vodka. So we're laughing about it. I don't want to see alcohol in the school, but it does support the farmers in America.
All right.
Drink up.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
The high price of beef.
Yeah.
So the reason you had me in today, and I was very gracious to come in, I did a little more research. So the reality is, Bill and everybody, the beef herd size in the United States right now is at the level it was in 1951. And the reason for that is because after COVID, during COVID, everybody stayed home and started buying beef, and they got that rotation of lichen protein beef, local beef. And what's happened is the price went up because demand went up a little bit. And then also you have a twofold thing here. The farmers are getting older. And so the farmers are seeing a retirement. So when they saw a bump up in the price of beef cattle, they sold off. And the price went even higher. So they sold off some more. So now the herd has been depleted in the United States of America down to what it was in 1951, but we have a 2026 population that loves beef. So if you could think a $6, I read this morning, this is cute. If you think a $6 or $6.50 a pound is expensive for hamburger, how many people are going down to the local coffee shop and buying a latte with all the little squirts?
Oh, yeah.
And for paying $6 for coffee.
Or more.
Yeah.
And
you can buy a pound of hamburger that'll feed a family of 3 or 4 for $6. So the reality is it's really still, even though it's high, I do agree it's high.
Well, I mean, I used to...
it's real
tenderloin.
Yes.
Buy a full tenderloin. You do save money as opposed to having the butcher cut it for you, where you might for a fillet. If you're cooking it at home, it might cost you $16 or whatever for maybe a package of 2. You could get for about $110 an entire tenderloin, and you cut a couple pieces and you freeze it and you utilize it that way. That tenderloin today is going to cost you over $200 now.
That's why I love Costco.
Yeah.
Another benefit of Florida. Costco is wonderful.
So the prices have gone up, and it's I guess ultimately we would love to see the farmer benefiting if the prices are going to get up.
There's no question. That money right now is getting back to the beef
that's
farmer.
positive.
I'll give you something that's scary. So when spring comes and you are out driving around the countryside up there in Steuben, I use because that's where I live.
Sure.
And you see all these beef cattle out there. It's a real easy number. I'll give you an easy number. $3,000 a head. It depends on the size of the animal, but the average beef animal right today that's going through the Vernon auction out in Vernon or going up in Lowville up there. Right now, the average animal going through is anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 a live walking animal that's ready to be butchered. You follow me? And so with those prices, it has to get down to the consumer. And the farmers, the reason the herd is smaller now than it has been for many, many years, a couple of things. One, the demand is high, so people are selling off. The farmers are getting older. We've had a lot of droughts and a lot of weather issues in the Midwest. We all read about it. They have massive drought right to a blizzard. That kills off the calves. The other problem is in South America, Mexico, where we used to get a lot of beef for the western part of the United States, they have a disease problem. So we're not allowing their animals now to come into our country because of the diseases in those animals. We don't want those diseases in America, so we're trying to hold it back. So by the restrictions of those things, it's just the supply and demand. It's simple. Supply and demand. The supply is not there. The demand is high.
Is one last question?
Sure.
Is your milk, are you getting a better price for milk today or no?
No. What's happening real quick is the price of milk is really not very well right now for the farmers, no matter where you are in the United States. And the reason is a lot of milk plants, we're going to use Chobani right in our backyard, coming right in here, is put out the word that we're expanding. There's not a milk plant in the United States that hasn't put on an addition or an expansion, a modernization.
Yeah.
But the farmers have ramped up production so fast that the supply and demand, they're overproducing currently now. And so the price of milk right now is less than $20 per hundredweight, or like $1.50 a gallon to the farmer. They're having a tough time right now.
This is an age-old problem.
It is. Farmers respond too quick.
A quick question on what you announced earlier about what the thing that Trump signed with the whole percent and the 2%.
That will help a lot.
Will it help
Absolutely.
get you more money? How does it help?
And how that's going to help is because when the farmer produces the milk and it goes to the milk factory, or the processor, I should say, proper terminology, the milk will actually be used wholly in a jug. They won't skim it down and end up with more butterfat or more cream. The child will be drinking it, so they'll take a gallon of milk from a farm
I haven't
and
read
put a gallon back in the.
This
it will definitely help.
legislation as of yet, but the food pyramid is a recommendation.
Correct.
It is not the law.
Correct.
So I wonder what was signed yesterday.
Well, what was signed was
changing
of the food pyramid and changing that the schools can now purchase whole milk under the federal government lunch program.
Okay, all right.
And that
the
definitely
question
is a
will
positive.
be how much difference this is going to make in the schools. I think there's a wait and see on, but
it's not
they have
just
the ability to do it. They're not required to do it.
Correct.
Okay,
And
that's
what-
a little
and-
the what I thought you said.
And what the real help with it, that's right. It's not a mandatory.
Right.
It's an offering. It's a law that it made it offering because previous, the lunch program would not financially support the whole milk
Got
part of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the future of that bill, is the children will become the flavor of that whole milk. So we're looking at future milk drinkers, future milk buyers. So because whole milk has a real rich flavor.
Is good food. Isn't
It
that the slogan? Here's Wayne with a question for you, Ben. Hi, Wayne. You're on with Agriculture Ben.
Farmer Ben.
Is it true that they're mandating milk injections now?
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Oh, this is a.
Wait a minute, guys. You're outside of my scope. You got to fill me in on this
No,
one. I've
this is
never heard
a-
that.
Dr. Hall. Well, ask Dr.
A
Hall.
joke on vaccines or flu shots or something.
They may use the protein that's in the
Wayne.
milks to make vaccines, but
Yeah.
I don't know anything about injecting raw milk or milk into somebody.
It's coming. It's coming. I just had
Very
my
sarcastic.
tinfoil hat on just the other day, and I
plastic
believe it.
surgeons across the country are celebrating. Yes.
All right, Wayne.
All right,
Thank you.
Well, my real question. My real
Okay,
question.
you do
was
have a
the
real question.
Yeah,
Good.
the plant-based. With everybody doing the plant-based burgers and all that other stuff like that, did the farmers benefit from that?
Not really, because the plant base is grown in greenhouses and things of that nature. I mean, if there's some farmers out there that are growing plants to do it,
Well, there's a lot of chemicals in those too.
there's
I mean,
a
I
lot
can't-
of
I can't
chemicals
imagine
in
that
it.
it's
and sodium.
Yeah. So
A
It's like
lot
a
of salt.
month's supply of sodium
It
in
is.
one burger.
Yeah, there might be one plant.
Plant based really is not supporting your true agriculture, your land base. I should make sure I make this right. It truly is not supporting your land based agriculture.
Okay.
It's more of a
like
lab
lab
type
stuff.
thing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Wayne. Thank you.
The same lab they're making those milk injections. in,
That's
I think.
exactly right.
But
That's
they
exactly
do use
right.
proteins in milk. They extract the proteins to make vaccines. Like they
Yes.
use the eggs,
Okay.
egg proteins. There is some vaccines that use milk protein.
You're welcome to stay. I hope you do. We're going to bring in the Boilermaker. I know they have an announcement, and I do
you,
have to
Bill.
break. You want to add something?
I was just going to say, I thought we were later in the program. It's great to have, we're having so much fun and laughs and a good time having the group back together again.
It is.
And then it's going to be gone in 20
Within
minutes.
20 minutes.
So soak it up while you can now.
Soak it up,
Andrew,
people.
Andrew gets on an airplane. He's gone.
Like the nutrition from whole milk. You better
That's
get
right.
it now because you
That's right.
don't know
Get it
what's
now.
going to happen tomorrow.
Get
I'm
it
telling
now.
you
Some
now.
of that Florida beef down there, Andrew.
That's right.
Let me
That's right.
Let me break. It's 8:40 at WIBX.
Hurt in a car? Call William Matar. 315-444-4444.
Need a new bed? Don't wait for your tax return. Mattress Express has 1 year, no interest, no money down, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Stop into any store or apply online at mattressexpressny.com.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people. But it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are now part of healthcare sharing because it just makes so much sense, especially right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before January 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee, so you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is January 15th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions from AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
Get a smile for every season at Rosansky Family Dentistry. For crowns to veneers, we'll keep you smiling all year long. We're also excited to welcome Dr. Kataria to our team. With her arrival, we now offer Friday appointments from 8 a.m. to noon, giving you more flexibility for the care you need. Call us today at 315-732-1981 to schedule your visit. That's Rosansky Family Dentistry, 1 Paris Road, New Hartford. Find us on Facebook or online at uticasmiles.com.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service. Family owned and operated since 1980, Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
So let's see. Indy is in here this morning, Pascal from the Boilermaker, and they're announcing their race. This is really good because we are now talking about things that are happening in July.
Yes.
We're getting close, right?
178 days away, and I mean, the 78 are going to drag, but once we get to that 100 mark, it's going to fly by.
It'll fly
so.
very, very quickly. So what are we doing this year? Any changes to registration this year?
I mean, we're increasing the cap. Last year, we sold out both the 5K and the 15K, and I think the 5K kind of panicked people a little bit, but that's going to stay the same, and we'll be at 11,000 for the 15K, so very exciting.
So these are kind of numbers that we looked at prior to COVID.
Yep. We're getting back up there. 5K
is
is right back where it was prior to COVID, and we're looking at the 50th next year. So
yeah, can you believe that? 50 years. Wow. So you can go to the website right now and register.
So no. January 19th.
Okay. So
I know my mind's in July right now.
This coming
Monday for priority registration. So if you're registered last year, you're able to get in 10 a.m. January 19th, and then the following Monday, the 26th, everybody will be able
open
to register.
To everybody else. It's nice that you give those who have run before, who run every year, the option to be able to get in first.
Absolutely. The loyalty and I mean, it just makes the event. People who return year after year. We've still got 7 perennials.
They've run everyone.
Everyone.
7 of them.
7 of them.
And they can't be young anymore.
No, but they do a great job of it every
Wow.
year. It's so impressive
They
to
beat
see.
us, let me tell you.
I didn't know that was the number. 7 people have run
7
every single
people.
one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
it used to be a bigger number.
It did used to be a bigger number, but those 7 looking at the 50th next
year. And the
year.
fact that they're still going, that'll be 50. So next year, they will have run 50 Boilermakers.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
good.
impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. I think every year I see this race, it's just impressive to see the people who come across the line. It's really it's quite spectacular.
Yeah.
How are we looking? Do we know anything about the elite runners yet?
Not yet. Still a little
Okay.
too early to tell,
Where-
so not sure about John Career or whatever may be.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So this coming Monday, you can get in and register. Anything else you want? That is, if you ran last year.
If you ran last year.
Anything else you want people to know?
Big things. Volunteer registration is also open. So if
Okay.
running is not necessarily your thing, or if you have time to commit before the race, because there are so many activities that we do leading up to the race
Yeah.
to make it happen. Volunteer registration is open. So just visit our site for that. We've also got our charity bib program. If you commit to raise $500 for an organization, they span a gamut of causes that affect our area personally.
Yep.
You can run for free. So
Yeah, and I think so far you've raised like over $800,000 in
over
the years of that program.
$800,000. Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
incredible.
Yeah. Isn't it weird how we pick dates? I mean, as Americans, I think humans in general, right? Society, we pick dates. Like I'm just saying, 49 years in a row of the Boilermaker is a big deal.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
we're going to say, yeah, not so much, because next year's
the big
50th.
yeah.
Everything's got to be based on tens.
Yeah.
Even
right?
numbers are always the good thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the fact that we're still going strong and for 49 years is pretty darn impressive. And this year you'll be able to celebrate the Boilermaker during the 250th anniversary of America.
Yes, very true.
Right in July.
Mhm.
All right, so go to the website beginning Monday. If you didn't run last year and you want to run, it's a week from this Monday.
Yep.
All right, beautiful. And this year, of course, you have Boilermaker supporters here. Andrew may even come up from Florida to run again
Hopefully.
this year in the Boilermaker. Manaski, who's
No pressure.
become a regular at the finish line.
Yes, doing the announcing there.
Doing the announcing there.
And then
So,
you hosting the post-race party.
I'm usually sitting in the back just drinking the beer. I wish it was that easy. All right, great stuff. Thank
One
you.
more thing before we go, though, but I want to mention that Farmer Ben said this as well. We talked about whole 2% one and skim. We didn't talk about athletes who love chocolate milk for the protein content. And that's another big thing, too. So
when you say that all the supporters are here, Bill, you're totally right. Like myself being a past dairy farmer now, one of the best refreshers, and we talked about it just a few minutes ago, Pascal, is chocolate milk. At the end of the race, yes, everybody goes to the beer alley. But if you want to refresh the real serious runners that really need to refurbish really quick, get their energy back, calcium levels.
Chocolate milk.
Is what, Pascal?
It's chocolate milk.
You
People
got
love
it.
that chocolate milk every single year, too. We get great comments on the survey. They're ready to refresh themselves, so it's nice to have that right in the finish line shoot right after they
So I want to
come
thank
off.
the Boilermaker for promoting the
Absolutely.
dairy industry
Yeah,
right
of
here in Oneida
course.
County.
Love it. It all comes back to dairy.
All comes back to dairy.
It all comes back to dairy. Okay, good stuff, India. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And by the way, I should mention, Davey, how many Boilermakers for you? Always stuck back here in the studio, year after year.
I have never seen the Boilermaker.
He's never seen it happen.
But he's won Boilermaker awards for his
Yes,
continuous
yes, he
coverage.
has.
Award winner.
Award winner.
Davey Smith, right there. Okay, thank you, India. Quick
Thank
break,
you.
and we'll finish this up here with Andrew and Ben, and wrap up a Thursday morning here coming up.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Hi, this is Scott Hayes.
And this is Jill Hayes from New York Sash.
You know, honey, the first time you said, never let a Windows salesperson into your home, I thought you were nuts, but you were right.
Like there was really any doubt.
Seriously, so many people have told us how nice it is to shop in our beautiful showroom where there's never any high pressure.
Yep, and it's even nicer when we can help people save.
Like right now, buy 2 New York Sash windows and get 1 free.
We get slow during the winter, and we need to stay busy, so you get the best deal we make all year. Buy 2 windows, get 1 free.
Buy 4, get 2 free.
Buy 6 windows, get 3 free. There's no end to the savings.
And there's no need to invite a pushy salesperson into your home. Instead, stop by the New York Sash Idea and Design Center, where you can browse at your convenience.
We're open Monday through Saturday on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
These savings are only available for a limited time, so come in today. And as always,
let our family take care of your family.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-518-1409.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-518-1409. That's 800-518-1409.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, Andrew Dominio made his way in here in our studio here this morning. He is in town, and what did I say? Did I say something stupid?
No.
I tell you, Lance
here
listens to
come
this
the
show
comments.
every day, but he is not your fan, man.
Me?
No.
No, me.
Bill.
He,
Well, you never liked me either. too
Lance
much.
is a bit of a baby. So he gets his feelings hurt, and then he sits at home. I mean, I don't have the moment. I can't take 10 minutes to come up with a comment, and then tweak it a little bit and run it through AI. I can't do that. I actually have to think on each second. You're constantly, your brain.
Although ChatGPT has been a game changer for a lot of reasons.
It is a game. Well, look
Yeah.
what it's done for Lance. I mean, give me an insulting comment that I can talk about the short guy on the radio. I mean,
Okay,
he's
here
built
you
it
go.
all in. Here we go. All right, what does he have?
Well, this was started with when Farmer Ben first came in. He said, for someone who keeps talking about a diet, aren't you supposed to lose weight on diets?
Oh, no. My diet now has me gaining weight. The doctor says,
You're losing
I don't
too much.
weigh enough. You're losing too much, Bill. Get in there and have
some
what?
ice cream.
When you're done with dinner and you felt you've eaten too much, have some ice cream.
You're helping
Put a
the
little
local farmers.
Peanut butter and hot fudge on that.
As a friend of mine used to say, I'm not on a diet. I'm going to try it. Try some of this, try some of that.
It's the try it diet.
He says, doesn't the farmer know that he's on the radio and you're not allowed to say anything good about the Trump administration? And then he says, before Whoopi gets mad,
oh, geez,
I'm not a Trump fan. And he's this is Lance talking.
But you got to give you no matter whether you're Republican or Democrat, you got to give credit.
Hold on. We don't know who Lance is. Lance could be a man. He could be a woman. He could be a Democrat. He could be a Republican. He could be throwing us off with comments, like throwing in some pro-Democrat, because he's all over the place. You can't tell.
You can
just
be
can't
whatever you
tell.
want to be nowadays.
We don't know who Lance is as he hides behind his computer. He could be like this chunky little douche. No, I didn't say that, did I? He could just be this.
Bill.
Sitting in his basement. I mean,
Don't they have a word for them called keyboard warriors?
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah, right.
That's what he could be,
Keyboard
Lance. We
warriors.
just don't know, Lance.
But bottom line is, you got to give credit where it's due, no matter
yes,
who's in office.
yes. Anything?
And criticism.
Anything else?
No.
Oh, no criticism. There'll be no criticism. All right. Andrew, what is your flight of choice when you're, because a lot of people go back and forth,
Yeah.
like to get away this time of year. February break for schools is going to be coming up.
That's true.
Can you get to Florida inexpensively?
Anybody in Central New York can get to Florida inexpensively by two means. You can go out of Syracuse or Albany with Allegiant to Punta Gorda, which is always got great deals. And now Breeze Airlines
That's
is
what I was
kind
hoping
of
you were
like
going to say.
the high-end budget airline. You know, the planes are newer, Wi-Fi.
With Breeze,
Yeah.
everyone, you feel like you're flying first class.
Yeah.
I have some
Lot more
friends
legroom.
that only use Breeze. Now, it's tight because they only fly out of Syracuse.
Right.
But they do fly into
They fly direct to Fort Myers, RSW.
to Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes you can get creative. So a lot of the time, I did break down and get for the business, I do the Allegiant credit card now, because if you do the on-flight promotion, you get 40,000 bonus points, which is $400 towards a future flight right out of the gate. But then you can get creative with one-ways. So I'll look, if I have to come up or go down, I'll look and see, okay, maybe I can go up to Syracuse on Breeze one way. That's cheaper. And then depending on my return date, you go Allegiant back. So you can get creative with one-way flights as well.
Allegiant, where your knees are in your neck. If you like to fly and have your knees close to you. You know, I never want to leave that knee behind. I mean, I want to know where my knees are every minute.
If you want to be really, really go retro, it feels like you're sitting on the old Syracuse Carrier Dome bleachers.
It does. They don't have seats on Allegiant. Those are benches.
Well, and I had this last
stadium seating in the bleacher seating.
They're going to take all the Highmark Field stadium seats and put them on Allegiant flights.
so,
and this
that'll be
last
nice.
time I had this guy, and he was a bigger guy, and he was in the middle seat, and I'm literally pinned up into the wheel against the side of the plane, and I'm doing the whole.
You're on the window?
I was on the window, and I'm doing the
boy.
whole armrest battle. So every time he would move just a bit, I'd tuck that elbow into the armrest, and then if I ever moved it, he'd kind of move it in. So
Andrew was actually
And
in
this-
the window.
This was
like a little cat looking outside.
This was on Allegiant.
on Allegiant, yeah.
Oh Lord!
Listen,
But what'd you say?
it's cheap.
$65?
Yeah, you can get
It is
really
cheap.
cheap flights, and it's direct.
Especially they were holding a sale at Christmas time, and I think you had to fly during a certain period, but it was like $13 for a flight to Florida.
What?
Crazy numbers. You got to follow there, and they only fly certain days. So
If they fly
right.
certain days, but then where they get makeup or it is checked in carry-on luggage.
Right.
So there's other fees and stuff.
Yeah.
but-
If you don't want to bring luggage, you're going to be in great shape. with Allegiant.
Buy it when you get down.
That's right. We
If
buy
your
all our
priority
clothes.
is your knees.
You never leave a knee behind with Allegiant. You'll know where your knees are at all times. Thank you, Andrew.
Great to
Appreciate
see you
it.
all.
Ben, thank you.
It was so great you were in studio,
the
man.
Good Feet store. If you have pain, maybe you were just on an Allegiant flight. The Good Feet store can help with their free fitting test walk. It's absolutely free. It's the 3-step system, maintainers, strengtheners, and relaxers, and the pain for many just goes away. It fixes your walk. It's the Good Feet store, Commercial Drive in New Hartford, 315-999-3910, the Good Feet store.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 Utica. From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
This is a Fox News alert. A threat from the White House to Minnesota. I'm Dave Anthony. It came on Truth Social a short time ago. President Trump wrote, if corrupt politicians in that state don't obey the law and stop professional agitators from attacking ICE, he will institute the Insurrection Act. After another night of protesters clashing with police, calling ICE officers murderers a week after Renee Good's shooting death, they were even more angry over another ICE-involved shooting.
Anyone that is taking the bait tonight,
stop. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, an ICE critic, has praised peaceful protesters but told those getting violent,
that is not helpful. Go home.
As for the new shooting, it happened as ICE stopped a car to take a Venezuelan illegal immigrant into custody.
They say he doesn't stop the car. 2 other guys are in there with him. They crash. They get out. And then, according to DHS and according to the police chief, they did confirm that there was a physical altercation.
Fox's Alexis McAdams in Minneapolis reports all 3 were assaulting the officer with a shovel and a broomstick, and he opened fire in self-defense.
The Venezuelan man who's in the country illegally, according to ICE,